Hello everybody, how the devil are we all doing today? Are we all doing well? Right, so tonight we are planning on picking up the Lawnmower Man again. We are going to try and grind out some high level armor for him. We're going to try and get him up the last couple of levels. I think we're going to play with this build a little bit and see if we can create like a bubble Actium Warwick build that we actually enjoy. Anybody else online for Destiny at the moment? Next week in Destiny. Final week of the Guardian game. Yeah, I've probably got to do some Guardian game stuff. Yeah, because I was playing around with this build, which nobody seems to be using, Bastion and Controlled Demolition. Increases melee range and damage on melee final blows. Damage. Hmm. Hmm. Weakening creates void breaches. Because this one wasn't going too bad. I think we certainly need to test it. So I think firstly we are going to go and see if we can get some high stat armor off the table. Then that's fine. Six, five. No, wait. That's a plus. So take off 7. Right, so that's a 62. Yeah, I think I just need kind of all armor in different ways and forms just to try and get something. Focusing. Thing is, the war table, it used to be really, really good. This season, it seems to be a little bit. Eh. So what we want low mobility. want high resilience recovery. But recovery mod. $66 with no spikes. Armor I've got seems to be high level, maybe. Oh, 22 mobility, absolutely. There we go, that's slow. But 10. Right, that prop. It's off. Curvery. And nothing else from me. We will just keep those. Right, EDZ pyramid, so we can go do that. I'm going to go further through the throne wall. That will give us full ammo. Testing barricade. Hitting a target with avoidability of volatile explosion. Them. Right, so that actually does what does quite a bit of the damage. There we go. Battle round. Because we are going to have an awful lot of these battlegrounds. We've not touched the Queen storyline with my Titan. So it's going to be fun.
Repeat emergency transmission. This is Amanda Holiday. My ship was disabled during combat and I was forced down in the EDZ. While I was waiting for evac, I saw a Shadow Legion patrol leading a group of captives to a pyramid. I'm sneaking into the facility with the prisoners. I'll bring my comms along as a beacon. Whoever hears this, tell the Guardian to gear up and follow my signal. I'll be waiting. Repeat emergency transmission.
Let's go rescue holiday. Although it's not going to make a fat lot of difference. Oh.
Where in the facility are you, Amanda?
I'm in the cell block with the prisoners. The Guardian can follow my comm signal right to us.
They've hit a bit of a roadblock at the moment, but fear not, they're en route.
Do I not have firepower on this character? Why didn't that create any orbs then? Oh, that's certainly creating orbs. I think I need to do a change for my... Oops, not connected. Should do it. That means every time we get a rapid void kill. But now... Oops.
Breach the pyramid not through its walls, but through the very fabric of reality. Harness my power and enter the Ascendant Plane.
Quick battery change, quick battery change! Hi, Pixie.
I must admit,
Hello,
I had several
Miss
good
Wolf.
ideas for this
How's it going?
jailbreak, but
Not too
traversing
bad.
an
How's ya?
alternate reality was not among them.
I can't complain.
Guardian's doing what now?
They can, but no
I
one will listen.
swear, the longer I know y'all,
Ah,
the
that's the one.
Strange
It's a
feel
Friday.
witness has arrived.
I have finished work for the day, had dinner, and I don't really plan to do an awful lot for the next 2 days. What is there to complain about? How are you?
I am not too bad. Currently,
Good.
sort of trying a couple of different Titan builds to see if anything actually sticks.
Okay. Got anything in mind, or just
It's
playing with existing stuff?
just playing with the existing stuff. Well, I'm sort of mixing and matching a little bit to try and find something that offers sort of decent damage while still managing to be the Lawnmower Man with the Actium War Rig.
Yeah. Like, you're not really much of a garden maintenance guy if you don't have that on.
Not really, but it's also trying to get the bubble back as quick as possible, to allow you to have
Eliminate the taken
that
plot
massive
and
defense.
summon a balefire in its place.
Yeah.
It will consecrate this place and drive the
Yeah, it was one of those of late on in Destiny 1 when I first started playing. I was a Bubble Titan and capture the flag. Well, not even capture the flag, just
Whatever you did out
what's
there
it called?
must have worked,
Me
Guardian.
capture the zones.
Got base security
Oh,
chasing
control.
their tails.
Control, thank you.
Looks like they're deploying some
Yeah,
heavy
that was
firepower
just
to
kind
stop
of
it, though.
a bit of
There's
a
something
piece
up ahead.
hits at times, because
Bringing back a
you just
memory.
put your bubble onto healing.
Memory, I guess.
I can't remember how I had mine set up, but it was very defensive. And basically, unless someone ran in and shotgunned me in the face, I would just stand there, kind of just punching and throwing grenades at the floor, basically, and it just wouldn't kill me.
Trust in your light, and they cannot stop you.
I remember on a friend of ours' advice, swapping to the more offensive, so that when you shoot out through the bubble, it gives you more damage. And I think there were 3 of us in there, and we were literally wiped out without taking a single one of their team down from like distance. And I'm just like, okay, while I'm in the death menu, I'm very much just reverting this back to where it was.
Yep, going back to the defensible. I always thought the defensible worked a lot
Yeah.
better personally, but that's just because my playstyle
Yeah.
is normally quite defensive.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those. It very much depends upon the situation, but yeah, the support side of that and defense side of that always worked better, no matter what I was doing. But
The thing at the
each
moment,
to their own.
the thing at the moment is the whole idea is to try and get either my grenade back so I can create an orb and get Devour.
Oh, you can devour on a Titan now, can you? Or is that across all?
All classes can do it now.
Oh, because there's a devour grenade, isn't there? Sorry.
There's a Devour fragment. You pick up an orb of
That's
light and
the
it gives you
badger.
Devour. So I've got that. It's also trying to get my barricade back as quick as possible, because when I have my barricade, anybody stood near it gets an overshield. So it's like, right, okay, so, and the overshield will regenerate as long as you stay near the barricade. So it's building that back
Okay,
up as well.
that's handy.
And then obviously trying to get the bubble, and the bubble gives you the overshield as well. It gives you weapons of light, and just trying to create something that's sort of ultra defensive, but also has the ability to have a little bit of offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you're saying is you want to make a turtle with a gun.
More like
I think
a turtle with a rocket launcher.
I think he wants to make a turtle that's actually a tank, and also looks like a spiny shell from Mario, but with guns sticking out instead of spikes.
Yeah.
Why not just use my turtle?
Because mine turtle's kind of a one and done.
Not if you do it right. Browsers up, Titans, blah blah blah. Really, Bungie? I am... okay. I don't need to.
What Bungie done to you this time?
The Guardian Games bounty to get a platinum medal for doing nightfalls. I am 99% out of 100% done.
That's annoying.
Vanguard, Nightfall, whatever.
Yeah, I have been that guy before that has come out of a... I think it was a Crucible match and just went, I am 2 points off, are you kidding me? And then just gone in and got 2 kills and then left the game immediately. Just like, in the game, 30 seconds later, I'm out of the loading menu. I'm just like, thank you very much. Playing another 5 minutes for this.
Speaking of Crucible, I need to find a new Crucible loadout.
I am just sort of playing with Titan loadouts. See if anything gives that extra survivability. Which, to be fair, I think I found something that seems to work quite nicely. But I would like to have the Artificer armor to actually get to at least a double hundo.
That sounds alright. What would you put it in? Grenade and recovery?
It would be recovery resilience, and then discipline as high as possible as well.
Sounds alright. Yeah, if you could get the discipline kind of up into the 80s, that wouldn't be too bad.
At the moment, it's I'm doing like a Defiant. It's only a standard one, but I'm doing a Defiant battleground. And basically, if you're not stood in the area of balefire, you continuously take damage. But because I've got Devour and I can throw my overshields up, and then I'm not having to reload, so I'm just throwing out rounds so quickly, I don't think I've actually stood in a single balefire yet.
Yeah, I say that build is kind of ridiculous. I definitely remember running it on Callus fairly early on. This is back when you had ammo for your primary. And remembering
back in my day, we had ammo for my primary.
I think the words I'm looking for are "Get fuck yourself in Hibio."
No, I remember those days too. So I remember doing PvP, and I was actually doing really well, and I ran out of ammo for my bow. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's a level of stupid and annoying that shouldn't really exist ever, but it did.
The hostages are on their way back to the farm. Good work, everyone.
Guardian, my ship's nearby, but she took a beating.
Yeah, I remember kind of just like, I think going through however many kind of rounds that you could carry back then. And just being like, yeah, so I should have reloaded about 3 more times than I actually did. But it was just one of those, of just sheer speed that you got through them was kind of ridiculous.
The results are in, considering that I don't think I was stripping shields, so I don't get the one modifier for stripping shields with a void weapon. 216 kills. The next closest is 50, at least 50 kills away from me. Precision kills, 55. And
Jesus.
Most of that was just me lawnmowering.
That was just you lawnmowering at head height.
Yep.
Okay.
But the whole point is that it's not as much as it sort of pains me to say it, and people are going to go, oh, yeah. the whole point of this is not to be a solo character. It is. This Titan is create a bubble that will protect everybody. Throw down a barricade that gives everybody an overshield. Hit stuff with a grenade that makes stuff volatile, so it doesn't matter what element you shoot it with, it'll start exploding.
So it's a team player.
It's actively a team player. It's not just I am the team. It's not my solo warlock.
I was going to say, so hopefully he's watching our stream, so a anti-Dra character?
No comment.
Hi Dra in the stream.
I
Love
don't think
you,
he's
buddy.
watching the stream.
No, I think he's probably just finishing his shift.
Yeah.
So there's a vortable.
You never know. He might be actually doing some work.
There's a possibility.
I sensed your triumph through the choke of the pyramid suppression.
Unlike me, I really can't talk at the moment.
You were able to move through the depths
I did actually have
of
a
the plane.
vaguely productive day.
It is as I hoped. Your light sings with
That was
the
only 'cause I was
frequency
fixing
of
stuff
space
other people have done.
strengthening you in ways not seen since.
Complete Defiant Battleground. Do 3 awoken favors. Ability kills, final blow kills, and special ammo.
Have I run out of these?
Yes, you did.
Yes, scaffolding. Oh yeah, I've actually got.
How did you run out of dirt?
I've not managed to run out of dirt yet, but I have definitely in the past run out of dirt. It's one of those. It's like dirt and cobble. I just keep every single block of it I can because there's always some stage that I go, I'm going terraforming, and Tra looks at me and is like, why do we need like 3 double chests of dirt? And then there is just a moment of just like, so I've run out of it. I go and have to dig a hole somewhere.
Hydrate! And go on, tell us a bad joke. Hang on then. Hydrating!
Alcohol doesn't
And
count.
hi, Cags! No, I'm not. It's not alcohol. It's Fanta. A bad joke about. A little bad joke.
Wolfie's work ethic? That's a joke.
My wife always says, cheer up, you could be trapped in a vertical water-filled tunnel. I know she means well.
The Guardian is on approach to the pyramid.
Woohoo!
No major troop moves to report.
Just nope.
Something's up. I agree. The Shadow Legion invested heavily in fortifying.
No, you want to hear a bad joke?
But it's quite
You know how you're supposed to wash your sex toys?
house out here. I don't
That's why
like
priests invented baptisms.
Stay sharp, Guardian.
Dum-dum. See? Cags didn't even have to pay
Oh.
points for that one.
Oh my.
Oh my.
But less of a, oh my, hello, and more of a, someone call the police, that was bad.
Why does the Ascendant plane look like a half-finished puzzle? Got bits and pieces, but nothing seems whole.
That realm is more mutable than our plane, and in constant flux. Every time the witness alters it, unpredictable manifestations
Yeah,
appear
smoke.
elsewhere.
Oh, like ripples on a pond. I get it.
Ooh, I still have the bug.
The Taken are attracted to your incursion.
Why, yes, I do.
Antibodies to a bacterium.
Or security protocols to a network virus. Eliminate the blights to weaken the response.
Get some. I think so I was looking for a heavy heavy machine gun with demolitionist on it. It had to be void.
Void or solar?
Void.
Retrofit? Commemoration?
No. Commemoration. I can't make one, so I don't know if it can take it. But I did find that I had one in my inventory, which was the countermeasure.
Okay.
And it just means that I can get my grenade back quicker because, you know, I can murder things with demolitionist. And should I manage to actually outshoot my chest piece reload speed, I can just lob a grenade and have another round, have another mag free.
Oh yeah, I forgot that demolitionist did that.
Demolitionist works both of them.
Now, does it have to be machine gun, or could you use a void auto?
I can actually, I've got both because I've got the gnawing hunger.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
say, because
say
Gnawing
Gnawing
Hunger does come with demolitionist. I think I have 2 of them in my vault with demolitionists.
I've got about 15 of them in various different builds. I like that gun.
I think it's a spank. Because the only other thing I could look at would be going down a funnel web, but that's not going to get any bonus off the Action War Rig.
Oh, I do know we're getting a craftable void auto next season. I think it's the Kaibu? Or is it Positive Outlook? I know it was an Launch 450 because it was an OG auto that they're bringing back.
Okay.
Wow, I'm firing so many rounds into this dude that half of them are just coming back going, yeah, that one's just immune, and it's like, why? I'm like leveling him in the crit spot over and over again. And dead. To be fair, I'm kind of liking this. I think the survivability on this is going to be quite good.
Yeah, just imagine kind of like tweaking it a little bit with some better armor, some avarice gear, and you'll be laughing.
Hopefully. That's an old yeah. Kag said that's an old one in Hibio.
Same
Your
as it
joke.
ever was. Sometimes it just gets
And she also
like
says,
that.
"Hi guys."
That's all.
Hi, Kags.
Hi, Kegs!
But as much as I the thing is, I said I need a void machine gun. I actually don't now because the way that it works is that I'm not trying to go for volatile rounds. Volatile rounds is just like a bonus. My grenade and my throwing shield will make things volatile. So all I need is something to hit them with.
Yeah, but it's just nice to have a backup just in case.
Oh yeah. There we go. Got Devour going again.
Have you tried a Void Fusion rifle?
I have one of those on, the Null Composure.
Ah, very nice. You can't get demolition on that, I think.
I don't believe so.
No closure? I don't think it has it. Was that the
No.
static roll?
Yeah, it's just a static roll.
Yeah. It is the weapon for the window.
I carry on picking up heavy ammo, but running a little bit lacking. The one thing I found is that is it blocks on blocks seems to have been debuffed. So I'm not getting anywhere.
Looks like the
Dude,
Guardian's
weak.
back outside.
Not getting anywhere near as
Did you
much
pull
heavy
that,
dropping.
Leora?
I did not. This was the will of the defenders.
So
Okay.
Good.
this is why I sort of went, right, okay, if I can get stuff that gives me volatile rounds and I have void weaponry, like a void machine gun, absolutely fantastic. If not, I have a gnawing hunger, so I've got volatile rounds on that, or I can use my grenade, make everything volatile, and then just start laying this shit out stuff with sweet business.
Are you using an exotic heavy?
No, because the sweet business is exotic.
Oh, of course it is.
If I
Yeah.
wanted to swap it out, I could swap out the sweet business and take, take a shed load of different heavies, but I would probably end up taking the heir apparent.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, I was thinking that we've seen it before when we've been doing spires and other dungeons and stuff like that. That heavy tends to drop a little bit less often for exotics compared to purples.
I need to find a good exotic to use for PvP.
Have you consider the Rat King?
No, and I'm not gonna.
Shakes head in disappointment.
Good, stay disappointed.
Yeah, it's always set expectations.
I don't know what I want to run for an exotic for my new PvP setup because I won't have the infinite draw time on my bows anymore.
What? Okay, so... Sort of... Were you looking for something to replace the bow?
I'm looking to replace my entire PvP kit.
Okay, any options? Because if you were thinking bow, the multi-tool comes to mind. I had a lot of fun with that in PvP. In D1.
Well, right now I'm using Oath Keepers and Lemon Arc. Those are my two exotics right there. And with that, I'd be able to counter snipe, which I have been for literally years. Like, if you give me a second, I'll actually pull up how many kills I have with it in Discord.
I'd be really, really interested to see how many fucking orbs I've created in this. Because every time I get a kill with my machine gun, it's just going, yep, creating like 30 orbs. But yeah, creating more, because again, everything void, I'm stripping shields, I'm getting void kills, I'm getting grenade kills. Side of my screen, it just keeps going, ping, angelic nobles, create an orb, create an orb, create an orb, create an orb. Problem now is I'm out of heavy.
Yeah, Lemon Arc, I have
Sorry.
over 17,000 kills with it in PvP.
Ow.
The next energy weapon I have will be Uriel's Gift. So we're talking way back when.
Hey, that's showing your
That's
age on that
subby.
one.
I think what it is.
Yeah, my top kinetic is actually my Parcel Stardust still with 3,400 kills. Followed by my multi-mock at 2,500 kills. That can't be right. Yeah, that is right.
I was talking about this earlier, chatting to my landlady about her site. He was talking about the bounce rate going up. That's the number of websites, and just without clicking on anything, leaving. And I don't know if it's got a time frame. It's basically people come on, don't see what they're looking for pretty straight away and leave. And yeah, I once put for a company that had a 99% bounce rate, and first of all, everyone's reaction was like, that can't be right, and then we remembered the website's awful, so it could well be right.
Okay. I created 115 orbs. Not quite as good as my my warlock, but I'm still pretty impressed with that.
How many orbs does it take from a primary weapon to make a super?
Oh god, no idea.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, sorry, I knew that was going to be quite a big question.
Crash that helmet.
Doing my supremacy games because I hate myself.
Well, we all need to repent in our own way.
Wait, I forgot to pick up bounties. Son of a bitch.
I've got to go to the farm and see.
So, has Amanda Holiday come back from the dead yet?
Yes, she's still alive at the moment.
Wait, she's dead?
Sorry. Spoilers. No, she's just got a cold. It's like Little Women. She'll be okay.
I wouldn't say she got a cold. I'd definitely say she's got a temperature.
I pledged the Awoken to the cause without hesitation. The Vanguard has helped my people many times.
You may have something there.
Right, so...
Amanda, I need to talk to you.
What? Before it's too
Come
late?
on, I want to go back into the thing and test out this loadout a bit more.
I thought I'd lost you.
Don't talk to me like that.
Crash. Oh,
Look, I know you're sorry.
they were a high
I
level.
know it wasn't really you.
That's fine, I can still get artifice armor that...
I tried to pull Crow and Aldrin Sov apart.
Now see, I've got commemoration. It's got Feeding Frenzy Rampage on it.
I wish I could see you another way, but I don't. I can't.
And I have a Chain of Command.
It's not like
And the Chain of Command has got Adrenaline Junkie Demolitionist, but I can actually swap Adrenaline Junkie out for Osmosis
maybe I'll
because
feel
it's
different
a stasis machine gun.
Not now.
So I can make it a void.
Oh, cool.
There's tough times ahead of us.
That's literally by
Oh,
throwing your grenade, isn't it?
Or,
Like those ghosts always say.
or hear me out.
How's up?
You try farm for a commemoration, I want to say.
You just craft the commemoration. How many more commemorations do you need to be able to make one?
Actually, come with demolitionist before I open my mouth.
I need another 4.
It does not come with demolitionist.
Ah, see, so...
So you don't need any. Okay.
Well, the one that I'm actually running
Yeah.
at the moment is the best one for my build. What's my next mission?
I'll say what's my name for a second there.
What's my name?
Francis!
Fuck you, Francis!
I was working hard. I was taking a break from working hard, and happened to see. Just clicked on a YouTube short, and it was a couple who make videos from the looks of it, and she basically says, "So, how would you meet my father?" And then they do a little role play of walking in, and he was like, "Hello, sir. Nice to meet you." Shakes his hand, and then at that stage, he goes just like, "Oh, I've heard so much about you. We've got so much in common, including the same nickname. Kind of like your daughter calls us both Daddy," and it just goes from there. And it was just like, "Oh, I see you've got the old classic. I'm taking the new model out. She's a cracker, this will yours." And you could just see his other half just stood there like mouth wide open, just utterly speechless. They're luckily not doing it for real life, but it was just like 30 seconds worth of, "I really hope somebody does this as a joke," when they really, really, really want to get beaten up or and dumped at the same time.
Has somebody got the balls to do it?
That is the question. Right. Okay, so you'll be, and I'm going to go with indifferent to know. I have finished the first level of my storage system.
How many more
Oh, nice.
levels
How
do you
big
have?
is it?
120 items. To answer
Okay.
Hivio's question. That's 120 different items, and it's 3 chests high. Wolfie, what did you say?
How many more levels to go?
Definitely one,
Pyramid
because
outposts in the EDZ and now the
I
Cosmodrome?
want to get to,
The witness is driving at.
I think it's about
Perhaps the campaign Terror on Earth aims to
220-ish.
divert your attention. Or perhaps it aims
because it's the next level's down, it's going to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to lose a couple of chests at either
We don't
end.
take our eyes off the ball. We
Um,
don't quit.
But I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, because rather than building the exact same storage system on top and having a split level, which I'm still not completely against, I am thinking of trying to do something different. But I've laid out all the other chests, and I think I might have to replace them with trap chests for it to work. But I'm just, now that I've got the whole thing in place, I can now actually just see if
Too much time to think on the way down.
I need another gap in between them, which I'm really hoping I don't.
You've never taken it.
This is a redstone, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, automated sorting, waterways, water channels going around the top to over hoppers, and yeah, I'm going to build farms around it and above and below it, and that's going to feed stuff into it as well. I've really just changed, kind of like, I had a really fun kind of like, almost like volcano sort of build, was like caldera, and built everything in a big mountain, and I spent ages hollowing it out and building a storage system which is, I don't know, about a third of the size. Yeah, I think it's got about 70 chests in it, but I've used a very different method so there's less gaps, basically. I've used only hoppers, so they're all just one next to each other, but it's a lot smaller, and it's laggy as hell. There's like hundreds of hoppers. I've just removed most of those from.
Now, does yours actually unload the shulker boxes as well, or no?
He's going, I haven't tried that one yet.
Sorry,
Hi.
battery died.
Hi, Zefty, how you doing?
Hello, persons!
Hi, Zefty. Right. Back, and I've got batteries. Yeah, so my initial idea with it in Hibio was to build like a 3 chest high section, and just do kind of like a 1 chest for random little things nearby, and just the sheer space that it takes up. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that and get them close enough without putting in all the hoppers that I've taken out with the water streams. So I just need to have a little play with it now that I've got kind of modules built in a open area.
I'm doing good, how are you? I'm not too bad.
Well, I do know there's a way to use the new mob, the allays, to actually sort the non-stackable items, like the swords and your armor and stuff like that.
Yes, old Mumbo Jumbo has got a good sorting system for it that I must look up at some stage. I've not put any. There is a pillager tower nearby with, I think, like 4 of them, so I was going to leave a section and convert it later on.
Survival must now be your priority.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I actually learned how to learn about that one. It's actually from Mumbo's video.
I've looked at a few videos on it, and nearly all of them say, this is very similar or exactly the same as Mumbo's, and I'm just like, nice, okay, I see what you've done there.
I think he was actually the first one to actually come up with it,
Yeah,
and actually came out with a video.
he's pretty good at the old redstone. It's funny because if you asked him when he started playing Minecraft what he would be doing, it wouldn't be redstone, and which is really funny because only a couple of seasons ago he was just like, I am more of a redstoner and not much of a builder, so I'm going to push myself to build things.
Yeah, didn't he build that his base that looks like a giant chair? That he got inspiration from the Philippines.
It was so. The one I was talking about was the season after that, which they called the giant snow globe. But yes, I can't remember what season that one was, but it was the. Sorry, Wolfie.
That's all right. Zeppi said, are you guys talking about Minecraft? Yes, they are.
Yes, we are.
They're talking about
Yes.
Minecraft. I'm currently testing out a new build on Destiny. Sorry, continue, Pixie.
Yep, sorry. I am playing Minecraft. I've just started a new Minecraft world because I quite liked my old world, but I realised that I could make it a lot better. And so rather than destroy it and start again, I decided to just start again. But yeah, it's the one that he tried to push himself in because it was the ocean monument that he built around with the ones that they called coffee tables. It was quite a cool build, but it was very basic. It was the one afterwards when he did the giant snow globe. He did the big glass kind of orb thing on a little island.
Oh no, that's an older season. I know which one you're talking about because it had the 4 terrariums in it, right?
Yeah, that's like 7, I think, and we're on 9
that's like
at the moment.
6. Yeah, it's like season 7. That started like season 6, I want to say, 6 or 7, somewhere around there.
He had a jungle base in a season that I didn't watch. That's one of the more
recent ones.
I remember him starting the ocean base, which was the giant coffee table ones. Then it was the snow globe one after that, and I want to say there's at least one in between where he is now, because they're in number 9 now, and I don't remember watching a lot of those 2 in between. So yeah, I think you were right with your numbering. But yeah, he's looking at his build now. He's looking, there's a lot more colour palettes in there, and yeah, it's the sort of thing that his designs are getting a lot more interesting.
I do know BOO always has some really good builds.
Oh, his builds are crazy.
Casually builds a mountain in a single day off camera. Says that he's gonna do it in the stream. Says he's like, so I just casually built a mountain off camera by accident. And everyone's like, wait, by accident? How do you build a fucking mountain by accident?
Well, it's just one of those things. You start it, and it's this little thing, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and by the time you've finished it, you go, oh shit, that's a little bit bigger than I planned it to be.
Well, I can understand it where you go, oh, I've got a cheesecake in the fridge I forgot about. And you didn't really forget about it, you just deliberately not been starting it because the inevitable will happen. You'll have a slice and you go, oh, that's really good, I'm going to have another slice. And before you know it, you're fat, there's no cheesecake left, and you're full of guilt. Yeah, I can see how that happens. Yes, maybe referencing myself there. But yes, yeah. Accidentally building a mountain. I can imagine he was just like, right, I'm going to test something out and take some of it down. But he probably just got into the into the swing of things as they were. Not sure you can get into a swing of building mountains, but apparently B-dubs can.
Yeah, and he literally built it in a day because a lot of the other people were like, wait, where did this come from?
Yeah. A lot of his builds are just crazy. Sorry, Wolfie. And
Zeppi said, that's cool. I'm not caught on Hermitcraft, but I've seen a couple of episodes. I don't know if you've heard, I've not seen any Hermitcraft, so I don't know if you guys have seen it.
It is good.
It's very good, yes.
Yes. I like the hermit crab. Okay. I'm sorry. I've had like half a beer and apparently I'm losing what's left of my tiny little
Say
mind.
half a beer. I've had a full beer tonight. I'm surprised I'm still sober.
Bloody hell.
Oh,
Are you feeling alright?
I had a nice Erdingers.
Ah, that's good. Did you go out somewhere, or did you just happen to have...
No,
some...
the in-laws wanted to go out for a meal, so we went out for a meal, and I sort of went, oh yes, well,
Oh, cool.
they serve Erdingers here. Fuck it, I'll have an Erdingers then.
Nice. You go anywhere nice?
No, it's just only at the local. That's all.
Okay.
Drop that. Very good. Start off. Power. And some.
Yeah, Hermitcraft it is one of those that is just utterly crazy. I remember when probably about 4 or 5 years ago, so yeah, the season's like 5 or 6, 5 maybe, I started watching it, and I was just looking at their builds, just being like, oh my god, Mumbo's like Redstone's crazy, and then you start seeing some of the other builders, and you just be like, oh wow, like the Redstoners, and the stuff they're doing is absolutely crazy.
Never
And
seen
then
anything
you
like
go,
a witness
wow.
before. Wonder if that's a bad sign.
Stranger
That just blew
things
my
are yet
mind.
to
The
come,
builders,
masters
who the
exposed.
ones
This is a
who
confrontation
are like
untold
B-dubs who just
eons
accidentally
ago.
go and build
Been waiting
a
another couple
kind of
billion
like a
years?
very lifelike mountain and make it look absolutely beautiful and decorate it and have 14 different block palettes through it, and it just looks stunning. And it'll just be like, I'm still building cobblestone houses. Like, yeah, so my starting kind of like my starter base. I think Inhibio was the what you were the one who said this when I said, oh, I finally finished building my starter base, and he was just like, so a dirt hut or a YouTuber starter base? And I'm like, I've just built myself a little Norse-esque cottage, so I'm gonna go with the latter.
Yeah, I like the fact that I think one of the first games of Minecraft I played was with Dodge, Dra, um, Ilian, Bear, and we had like a nice area, and they were all really experienced. So they're sort of going, right, we'll build a farm, we'll build this, we'll build the other. And I'm going, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to build like a big tower, and I'm going to have like a wolfy tower, and I'm going to build like a little dock for fishing, and God knows what. And then after a little while, I went, hang on a minute, all of our bases are literally within 500 blocks of each other. So I then started just going into the nether, building a tower up to the ceiling. Once I got into the ceiling, I was then building a train cart system. And I was going, right, okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to travel 8,000 blocks through the nether in that direction. Then build a tower down to the floor, and I'm going to put another portal, see where I come out in the overworld, because it should be about 64,000 blocks away. And I was creating like a hunting hut. So it would have the necessities you would need to survive. And you could go in and you could go, right, okay, yeah, I've got everything I need. And then inside was literally a little sign that said, gone to, and I just chose a random coordinate and went, right, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Then went into the nether again and just travelled that direction.
It's a bit like the game of tag that's been going on for like 20 odd years. A group of guys in the States, whilst they were at college, uni, whatever you want to call it, started playing tag, and the rules were basically no tag backs whatsoever. And that was about it. They would have certain times, like exams and stuff, where they would put pause to it, and then as they all left, for a couple of years afterwards, they continued playing it, and then they got to just like, right guys, okay, we can't really do this anymore. We're now kind of proper adults and got families and responsibilities. So, but we want to keep it going. So rather than we stop, let's just set up the rules that it happens for 2 weeks a year. And basically, there's kind of partners, wives, kind of like friends, family, all in absolute cahoots with each other and making plans. And then there's plans upon plans of they're all keeping track of each other, and they're all putting fake social media posts out and telling people like, oh yeah, I'm off to Hawaii on holiday, when they're really staying kind of like within continental US. And it was just like, yeah, they all try and plan their holidays there, and they are literally spending kind of like thousands of pounds between them to track each other down or avoid being tracked down. And yeah, it sounds brilliant and utterly crazy, but it's just like one of those games of just like, let's go hunting for Wolfie, and you just go like, we found a sign of him. Oh, he was here, he's now long gone. Okay, let's go to the next place.
He's now 50,000 blocks away.
Yeah.
And Hydra.
Yeah, the fact that you're travelling... Oh yes, Hydra.
The fact that I was travelling from the Nether just made it a hell of a lot quicker.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But you were doing 8,000 blocks through the Nether, kind of like when you were exploring, when we were playing stuff, kind of some point last year. It was just like, oh, so you're about 2,000 to 3,000 away on each access, and I'm just like, I'm just not going to even bother attempting to come anywhere near you. Just like, yeah, you'd be like, oh, there's a village over here. Like, oh, great. Yeah, I'll come give you a hand. Where are you? Expecting you to be kind of like 5 minutes traveling away, not like 3 days in day-night cycles in Minecraft away. And I was be like, oh, for God's sake, no, I'm not traveling kind of like 30, 40 minutes to get to you.
Gravity, time, even death get all jumbled.
But that was the thing with Minecraft though, is that it was, for me, it was that moment going, I appreciate we're all building bases, but this game is huge, and we're all within 500 blocks of each other, and that's a fucking silly death. So I just decided I was going to go exploring. That's what I did.
Nice.
Oh god, that's just fucking... Yeah. Kind of deserved that one. Not paying attention and just literally walked off the edge while mowing things down.
You're having a moment there.
Oh, definitely.
God damn it, I jumped off the edge.
Trend setting now, that's what I am.
Just because Wolfie did it in Hibio doesn't mean you have to follow.
Peer pressure. Come on, Nibio, do it. All the cool kids are.
But all the cool kids are doing hard drugs.
Well, funny you should say that. I put in the merchandising Slack channel. I'm a merchandiser, by the way, for the stream. I put in the merchandising Slack channel because people keep changing the source of products, which doesn't bother me too much, but it means I have to have a conversation with finance, and people do it once or twice and then don't do it for 2 or 3 months. And it's just a bit of a hassle of figuring out what they've done, when they've done it, and reverting it all, because we don't have anything that shows us we should do, basically. But anyway, long story short, was I asked the lead merchandiser, not Thistle, if there was a way that he could update the training. He's in charge of the training documentation, and he was just like, no, well, all the teams do things ever so slightly differently, so we can put it in there, but it is already in there. We can like put it in bold, but it's not really going to do much. Let's investigate a way of not allowing people to change it. I'm like, great. Once that happens, because it's going to be a ways off, I'm going to put a little message out, and rather than do the, hey guys, this has happened a few times, I'm not going to name and shame, but please don't do it, it fucks things up for everything else. I just went, hey everybody, tagged the entire channel, because it's got merchandiser, tech, and the buyers who are also the managers and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, quick PSA, quick public service announcement. And I basically said, so a few people, whilst getting sales ready, getting products ready, have managed to change the source. Don't leave what as it looks, and don't do it, please. And then I just put a serious message in there about yeah, just like yeah, fuck stuff up. This guy has to bother me. I have to bother senior merchandisers, and I stopped short to put the lines like. So unless you're bored and you want to talk to me, then please don't make the changes. But I just went with Inhibio of just like, don't do drugs, and it's be like, yes, let's go with the whole let's go with the Nancy Reagan kind of like don't do drugs message, which really did not work, but it's a different matter.
To be fair, someone who looks like they're being kept alive by drugs probably shouldn't be saying don't do drugs.
The thought of jumping those chasms puts me right
I think she was kept alive by whiskey, but that's a different matter altogether.
Thank you.
Didn't you used to be a paratrooper, Devon?
I was, and I'm not keen to repeat the experience.
Is Ronald still with us?
Reagan?
You know, yeah.
I think barely.
Yeah, because I don't watch the Super Bowl very often, but the last time I did, he was in the wheelchair recovering from what I want to say is a stroke, and he did not look good.
Yeah, but what was it? Bill Clinton looks fucking... He looks ill.
Clayton's old.
I know he's old, but it was just that moment going, there's old, and then it's like, his entire face is like sunken, and it's like, that looks more than just old. That looks like, you know, seriously fucking ill.
Like decrepit.
Maybe he got the herpes bad.
From what, getting that blowjob from underneath his desk in the office?
I think you'll find he stated numerous times that didn't happen.
Yeah, until he actually admitted it in his second term.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay, you'll have the cheesy Watson in charge again soon, so...
God help us all. Right, I'm not actually building my storage system. I'm just running around it. Let's build some trap chests and see if this plan works.
What are you doing, Dra?
Eating.
Fatty.
I'm eating. I'm eating rice, peas, and sweet corn.
Fatty.
Why? Is there a problem with the microwave?
No, but
Just eating
I
them
didn't
all.
think the rice
Just
was done.
sat there eating them all completely fucking dry.
Dral's just breaking her teeth on frozen peas. Please don't do that. No, I was just wondering, it seems like a bit of a strange choice if there's the ability to kind of like cook food.
I was just thinking it seems a bit of a strange choice considering that you're not working a night shift, it's late, and ice cream exists.
Hmm.
don't think we have any ice cream. Well, none that I want. I'm gonna go check in a minute.
You work at a grocery store. You can get ice cream wherever the fuck you want.
My store
Yeah,
doesn't
there's-
sell ice cream.
Yeah,
There's two 24-hour garages, and from what I understand, they're not that far away from you.
Well, look at that right.
Plus,
That requires going out again.
Ghost got us the intel we needed.
well,
Looks
it
like the prisoners
requires
are in
planning
the
on the way in, but
Zefty says, what is everybody's favourite game?
Russian roulette.
Yeah, thanks for
Now-
hearing
hide the
that.
sausage.
He does say video game.
Done before the whole fleet shows up.
Oh,
Now I have to question: is this like favorite game at the moment or favorite game ever? Because at the moment, my favorite game is probably Destiny 2. But ever Sonic 3 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, without any shadow of a doubt.
I think I'm gonna have to say ever Super Mario 3. And that's only because it's a real big toss-up between the first game. Because I loved that game. Yeah, whatever. At the moment, I'm playing a boatload of Minecraft, but that's mostly because I am bored of Destiny, but you'll also see me playing a boatload of Destiny, so it's probably between those two for the last kind of like year or two.
This season on Destiny, it sort of started off not too bad, and then it just fizzled incredibly quickly.
Yeah, they've managed to kind of like, if they combined a couple of seasons where the story was great, but kind of like, yeah, the new powers were a bit meh, with new powers being good and being handled mostly okay, but the story is just a bit lackluster, and it like you said, it just ran out of steam very quickly.
Yeah, this is very much the learn how to use Strand campaign, which I would have rather it have been a here is a mission, go use Strand. If you like Strand, continue to use it. If you don't, don't.
If you
Well-
want to buy a watch, buy a watch.
Well, this is one that I've heard and I actually agree with it. Witch Queen had a much better story, but Lightfall had much better gameplay.
yes.
Lightfall
I would actually agree with that.
Lightfall was a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
It certainly did bring the challenge back into the game. They brought the challenge back into the game, and it wasn't just by adding another champion. It was actually ramping up difficulties and adding a couple of mechanics.
Yeah. It was handled well because Bungie.
Wolfie, how do you say the
don't.
guy's name in chat?
I just
Zephy?
yeah.
Zephy.
That's
Yeah.
what Wolfie's been calling it. Are we getting your name right, Zephy? Or is it Zephy?
What kind of games are you into, Zephy? Or Zephy, or whatever?
I want to say his name is Zefsty.
Yeah. but
Zesty?
I sort of said Zephy just because it's easier. It's like
Is-
it's like mine is Angelica and Wolf, but everybody calls me Wolf.
Is the Z silent?
Esty.
I don't know.
He said you can call him Zeph.
Yeah, sorry. I'd like to repeat your question, Draw.
What games are you into, Zeph?
I still haven't played Destiny. Once my exams are over, I'm definitely going to try and play new games. Certainly, the Game Pass is an absolute fucking godsend because there's something for everyone on the Game Pass. And the thing is that there are so many games on there that you play and you'll sit there and you'll go, you know what, I'm probably not going to play this game ever again. But because they keep renewing it, and because you can just play a game, complete it, go to the next one, play a game, complete it, go to the next one, there's so much choice.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's still active, but you can buy
Or the 3 years of gold.
Yeah, the gold membership, which works out cheaper than the £10. Well, UK anyway, £10 a month.
You can buy
and then
You can buy
Yes.
if you've never done it before, you can buy 3 years worth of gold, pay £1, and turn it into 3 years worth of ultimate. If you have done it before, you can buy 3 years worth of gold, and it turns into 1 year's worth of ultimate.
Oh, okay. So
So
they've tweaked that then.
Yeah,
Because it wasn't that long ago. Because yeah, it turned out to be a ridiculous deal. That basically for however much, just like so if you bought credit or you bought 12 months worth of gold on offer, it would effectively cost you like £12, be like £1 a month instead of £10 a month that Game Pass actually is. But I still haven't
Zach, are you-
expired that. I must
Zach,
actually
are
check
you a
when that happens.
PlayStation player?
for Detroit Become Human, it's either PlayStation or PC.
Yeah, but he says he likes it, so I'm just wondering if he's just like a pure PlayStation player, or whether he's a bit of both, or whether he's a PC player.
PC,
The
PC Master
Rose.
Race.
And I'll be back in a second.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
I scream, you
You
scream, we
scream.
all scream for ice cream.
I scream, you scream, cops get called, it gets awkward.
I scream, you scream. Oh shit, this turns into Deliverance.
There was a on Kerrang radio in the UK. There was I think we spoke about this before. There was a small segment called Chat Up Clive, and it was this guy. Basically, it was like 10-15 second segments, if that. And he would say something, and it was basically like a shit chat up line. And I always remember the one of them where he walks up to this one woman and goes, "Here you go, love. Here's 10p. Phone the police and tell them you won't be coming home tonight."
That's right.
Wait, no. In fact,
Don't
don't call the police. There's no need for them to get involved. Not this time.
But,
And then it just went, "Shut up, Clive. He's got issues." And they carried on with the rock music.
It is a privilege to join you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation. I don't have a PC. So I haven't got a PC. All of my streaming is done via Xbox.
The city is your home.
That's why it's such a professional outfit.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how it should be for everyone.
I want a proper gaming PC, but it's just affording one. I have other stuff I've got to pay for, and unless I can get streaming to pay for itself to pay for one, it'll be a while.
I'm back with ice cream.
See, told you.
Hey.
Ice cream exists.
Now, what kind of ice cream? That's the important question.
Magnum.
What kind of Magnum?
I grew
A normal Magnum.
Oh, you disappoint.
Long as I could remember.
You could have had a Magnum double chocolate with caramel. I know, because I went and bought some of those.
Now, if you want to give me one,
I'd rather not. You're not my
Phrasing.
type.
I meant a Magnum.
Again, phrasing.
Come a long way, huh?
I don't think they'd fit you, Draw. They might be just way too big.
I had heard of you before our first meeting.
Pixie caught it.
Magnum is a brand of American prophylactic.
Dum. 20 awoken favors and complete another battleground.
Yeah, so just a milk chocolate Magnum.
Mine is for my daughter and my house.
Are you even chewing that one, or is it just going in whole?
Outside
Like
the
a hot
city,
dog up the
Make
hallway.
choking noises if you need assistance.
I once believed that the great machine had brought the light
I think he's alright, ladies and
to
gentlemen.
the Guardians because they were worthy of it.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the white chocolate versions of those. I find the double caramel little one like way too sickly. And
Felt a great loss.
in my youth, And by
Shame.
youth, I mean about 14. I was described by my mother as somebody who ate my dinner to get to dessert.
And?
I know, yeah.
See,
It's a bit like
I've had
when
to try
I
and
was so laid back I was nearly unconscious. I thought that was a compliment. My parents told me off for it.
See, I have had to explain to a few people that men have two stomachs, and it's like, no, I said, no, you have to appreciate men have two stomachs. We might say we're full, but then you bring out a dessert that we want, and all of a sudden the dessert stomach goes, yeah, we got plenty of space. Give me that dessert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Sophie
I'm a
likes the
good boy
white
at the
chocolate
moment.
too. Ah, no, see,
Nice.
just the white chocolate Magnum or white chocolate in general? Because I am. To be fair, I'm a very big white chocolate fan. But when it comes to the Magnums, I still think it's difficult to beat the double chocolate caramel. It really is. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see.
they're good.
I see your double chocolate caramel, and I raise you diabetes later in life.
I see your diabetes, and I raise you a foot loser.
I see your footloser, and I raise you strimming the lawn in flip flops.
I see yours trimming the lawn in flip flops, and I raise you sitting on a fold up garden chair, wearing a string vest, shouting at anything in the neighbourhood.
I see you've met my father. You win. I wish he was that fun. He mostly, he mostly's been shouting for years because he's a bit deaf. And he's not deaf, he's just hard of hearing. And for donkey's years, you would just turn around to him and say, the TV's a bit loud. Do you mind turning it down? And the first words out of his mouth were, I haven't turned it up.
Oh,
Quickly followed up before you could even say anything with, it's just the adverts that are loud. And we're like, yes, we know. Can you turn them down, please? You're not watching the adverts. You've seen these 100 times already today. But yeah, it turned out that he's needed hearing aids. He doesn't need them all the time, but if he's going to have a conversation with you and there's background noise, he pretty much needs them. So fast forward to trying to have a conversation with him ever when there's a TV on. You might as well just be talking to the wall. So yeah.
Look in the group chat.
I don't even know where my phone is. Ah, there it is.
I will have a look at the group chat in a moment. I am just murdering everything that's not on my team. And possibly some of the stuff that's on my team.
I think that pretty much works annually.
Both. Whenever I get a Magnum, I always have a white chocolate one. Never had a double chocolate caramel before. Everyone's missing out on that double chocolate caramel, I'm telling you. Do you know sign language? I know the alphabet, but I want to learn more. I only know well, no, I know some of the stuff in sign language. I know A, E, I, O, U. I know S. I probably know all of it if I was to actually... Oh, sorry, I know the alphabet. I don't know the whole... I can't do like full sentences with signs and God knows what. It would be literally spelling out words. But apart from that, I know all of the traditional British sign languages or sign language signs. The ones that aren't very friendly.
What, the ones that are pretty much go fuck yourself?
Yeah, that's what one of them. Yeah. There's a lot of explosions and everything's dying.
What are you doing, Hibio?
I'm doing the battlegrounds because I hate myself.
What, Defiant Battlegrounds?
Yes.
That's actually what I'm doing
After
as
this,
well.
I'm gonna stuff my face with food and then probably do some more of this.
I'm actually doing those as well, because I'm going through the Queen story and trying to grind armor and stuff while getting that done, so...
I thought you were gonna try the dungeon on that.
Oh, you can do. So, as soon as I've completed this one, I'll be ready.
I don't have the mental fortitude to try the Duality dungeon. Not Duality, the Spire
Spire's
on
easy.
Master.
Spice easy.
Again, I don't think I have the mental fortitude right now to do it.
Just drop that bad boy there.
Oh, I'll come and join you on Defiant Battlegrounds then, Wolfie, unless you lot want to try a Nightfall.
Oh, I don't mind trying to run my Titan through Nightfall, so...
Because we've still got 4 Grandmasters to do. We've got Proving Grounds, Glassway, Hypernet Current, and Battleground Miles.
Didn't you do Proving Grounds last time, though?
Nope.
No.
Which one did you do?
Glassway.
You did Glassway first
Oh.
time?
No, not first, so that was Armstead.
No, we did Armstead the first time.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Proving Grounds first time, that would be impressive.
No, Zephyr, I know my
We
mum...
made it all the way to the boss, then we fucked up and died.
No, Zephyr, I know my mum was a prison guard, and when she was in prison, she actually learnt about 3 or 4 different languages, and she learnt sign language, so that way, basically, she could speak to all of the prisoners, and there was no way that they could, obviously, say anything without her knowing what they were saying. So it's a useful skill to have.
Yeah, a friend of mine learnt it in school in like year 7 or something or other like that. We had the kind of like filler lessons that you would do 2 or 3 weeks of doing something and then you would just move on.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I can't think what they're called now, but yeah, we did all sorts. Some of it was nonsense, some of it was learning about Native Americans. Because the one teacher was a bit of a history buff about them. The fact he couldn't teach anything was by the by, but anyway, it's a different matter altogether. But anyway, yeah, so she really liked sign language and learnt it. By the time that it got round to kind of like 15, 16, she was signing for the 2 deaf students every assembly and big kind of year group type thing. And yeah, a few years later she still kept it up, and she actually got the job working for a hearing impaired charity, working as like 3 or 4 different things, but being the signer for the head of the charity. Because he could lip read and he was pretty damn good at it, but it's just incredibly tiring. And so so she would just sit in and just sign in meetings and whatnot, and then go back to her desk and do her thing, and come in for the next meeting. And so she made like a living out of it. And since then she's left and she's done a little bit of freelance sort of work. She made a career out of it for a good kind of like 10 years I think it was that she did this, and she's recently set up her own business. Well, it's one of the services that she offers, but I don't think she does too much of it. I don't know, I haven't seen her to actually speak to in ages.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get some food, so I'll be right back.
Fatty.
Okie dokie. Was that a little revenge? Fat? Really sure what you said.
I said fatty.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought it was, but it seemed like a little bit of a last minute as they're walking away around the corner. You just shout it at them. Right. Okay, let's take these apart. This one.
Murder, murder, murder.
Change the fucking record.
You want to be a big man in a small town? Fuck off at the model village.
Yeah.
Love that line.
See, I recently finished watching Inside Job.
Can't say I know what that is.
If you have a look on Netflix, it's on there. It's basically it's a piss take, and it's all basically about the deep state in the US and about the shadow government and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's about them sort of going, right, okay, so you know we're trying to take over the world. They've already sort of run the world, and it's like, right, so we're going to replace the president. We're going to do this, that, and the other. We've got these things that we need to do, and of course, shit keeps going wrong. And I was really, really enjoying it. Sort of going, yeah, this is really, really good. I can't wait to see the next bit. So went through season 1, started going through season 2, and God knows what. Got towards the end of season 2 and went, right, I wonder when season 3 is going to be released. Cancelled. It's like, fuck's it, every program that I've really started enjoying on Netflix, it's like, yep, the next season is cancelled.
Oh, yeah. So I heard or saw something. I didn't really read the article. It was literally just something that came up headlines-wise that there's some weird labour law that basically salaries start going up. So that's why, like, Netflix, they basically get 2 seasons worth out of everything and then go, we're now legally required to pay them more money. Is this show making the return on interest that we're looking for? No. Okay, you're gone. So it's basically everything TV-wise nowadays is kind of built for 2 seasons and then you lose it.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix keeps losing funding. Oh, see, there you go. Zeffy said, Inside Job on Netflix. I love that. I'm so sad it was cancelled. My favourite character is Brett and Reagan. It's a cartoons man. It's the cartoons man. Netflix hates them for some reason. Yeah, I was really gutted that Final Space didn't get renewed. Although, for anybody who likes Final Space, I suggest you go and do a search online for it. Because Olin Rogers, who made Final Space, he was fighting Warner Brothers for the rights to Final Space, so that way he could try and make the rest of it. He hasn't won all of the rights, but he has won some of them. So what he's actually allowed to do now is he's not allowed to use voice actors. Sorry, he's not allowed to use the same voice actors. He's not allowed to do an animated show or anything like that. But they have given him the right to do a written ending to Final Space. So I think it's about $125 for the book. But
cool.
It's going to be a graphic novel. It's going to be about. He said he's expecting at least 500 pages for what it is.
Oh wow.
And it's going to be effectively seasons 4, 5, and 6 of Final Space. So you're going to be able to see what the end of the story is.
That was one of the rarities, because I definitely remember season 3 coming out, which I haven't seen. I've seen 1 and 2. I go through phases of just binging TV and then just not watching any of it for God knows how long.
If you can, I would. Oh, sorry. If you can get that binge urge, I would watch season 3 on Netflix as soon as possible, because the moment that it disappears from Netflix International, it's never going to be on Netflix again, because Warner Brothers have basically turned it into a tax write-off. So it's already disappeared from Netflix in the US. So if they want to watch Final Space season 3, they have to find a pirate version of it. But in the EU at the moment, we still have it on Netflix International because it's a different license.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. I will. Pretty sure we've got a Netflix account here. I will go and fire up the communal TV downstairs next time no one's in.
It's definitely
Which unfortunately is right now. So unless you want to lose me instantly, no, people will be getting back soon. So
I would suggest watching Inside Job as well. Inside Job is Inside Job. You watch the first couple of episodes and you go, okay, yeah, it's not bad. And then by the end of the first season, you're sort of going, holy shit, well, I didn't see that sort of coming, and that's kind of cool, and that's really good. Season 2, the storyline sort of, it has a bit of a twist at the end, but you can see the twist, but it actually has a couple of sort of heart-touching moments. And it's like, oh my god, that's really cool. That bit's really sad, and that bit's absolutely lovely. And then it's just like, right, okay, so they finally done this bit, and there's the cliffhanger ending. Right, okay, absolutely fantastic. And then they just cancel season 3, and it's like, motherfuckers.
you can't do this to me. Oh shit, they've done it to me.
Exactly. See? Haven't seen Final Space yet. Inside Job is so good. I'm a big fan of Found Family. Found Family.
I do not know what that is.
I think that's the one. Not David Cross. Who's the comedian? Is that the one? There's a comedian. It's an animated show, and he's the dad. And is it F is for family? What the hell? I'm trying to think of his name. It's a comedian who, he openly admits he's got like an anger issue. I can't think of his bloody name now. No, he's an American comedian.
American with anger issues.
Yes.
Comedian.
It's not Louis C.K.
What does he look like?
He's bald. I know he goes through one of his sort of skits is about his he had like a bull terrier. Found Family is a TV trope where the characters create a family bond. No, I don't think I've seen that one. Sorry, I'm just Googling this because it's annoying me. Bill Burr. That's who it is.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So I remember his character's catchphrase is basically, I'm going to put you through the fucking wall. Every time his kids do something wrong, it's, go sort this out, go do that, or I'm going to put you through the fucking wall. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yes. He's also in The Mandalorian.
Oh, right. See, this is where everybody's going to turn around and go, no, Wolfie, that's it. You're fucking dead to me. I'm not exactly a Star Wars fan.
Oh, I know.
What character is in The Mandalorian?
So he is the bounty hunter who is the ex-Imperial Special Forces.
I'm in your
You know,
fighting
the one-
draw whenever you want to launch something.
The one that they basically leave to get arrested on the prison ship, on the New Republic prison ship. And then I think it's later that series, or was it the beginning of the next series, might be in season 2, that they come back and break him out of jail so that they can go and drive the massive Imperial, basically cargo trucks, which are getting blown up, and they fight the natives off, and then have a huge firefight with all the Imperials in the base.
I
reasons.
cannot remember.
Yeah, he plays a bold, wise-talking kind of Imperial. I think he's like a sniper or a sharpshooter, definitely. Funny. He's a comedian, so of course he's funny.
Character
Like,
said, "Oh, Boba Fett."
No. It's definitely with the Mandalorian.
EDZ and now the Cosmodrome? I wonder what the witness is driving at.
Perhaps its campaign of terror on Earth aims to divert attention from
Hold on a second.
Or perhaps it aims to break
Let
our
me go
spirit.
and look him
Shows how
up.
much it knows. We don't take our
There's a
eyes
reason
off
why
the
I
ball.
have the IMDb ad. The ad app, even.
Kag said, "Decent movie. Pretty sure it was Boba."
Why does the Ascendant plane look like a half-finished puzzle? Got bits and pieces.
I'm not a
but
huge fan of
nothing
Star Wars,
seems
but my dad is, so I don't mind watching it. See, my dad was never a big fan of Star Wars. My dad was an avid. He used to like watching like some of the football, but he absolutely adored watching the snooker, the Crucible.
Dad doesn't mind Star Wars.
I think the most sci-fi thing that I can say that I was absolutely addicted to was Red Dwarf.
Classic Friday night viewing.
Oh yeah.
You found it yet, Pixie?
Yep, so his character's name is Mayfield. And he is in... Interesting, okay. Is this a naming of it? So he's in The Prisoner, which is when the Mandalorian gets hired along with a load of other Imperial, basically scumbags, but mercenaries, to go and break a prisoner out. And then it's in The Believer, which is the...
What series of The Mandalorian is this?
I don't know.
Just because I can't remember him doing that.
So... Season 2, Episode 7, there we go, is The Believer. And the first one, I'm guessing, is Season 1, Episode 6. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's the standard kind of bounty hunter, mercenary sort of trope of double crossing, and they all slightly hate each other, and definitely all hate the Mandalorian, and look to screw him over.
It's that one.
And yeah, and then they come back a season later because they need somebody with clearance.
Oh no!
Who used to be an Imperial to help them out.
Yes, I know the one now.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me. I was trying not to say spoilers, but you remember why they end up in the base, the base, and you remember why that they end up having to get out of the base by blowing a hole in the wall and then climbing onto the roof.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Doesn't surprise me that anger issues are his thing.
Right, Gerard, if you get by the rally barricade, you should also get a shield.
Or I can just light this motherfucker up.
We called that Plan A.
I'm grateful we got the Guardian for missions like these, but sometimes I wish I could take care of it myself.
I can't tell you how many
Mandalorian's
times
good
I've looked out
series.
of my belfry and
Yeah.
wished I could swap into
My
the
dad
front
is a
lines.
Star Wars fan solely
But
for Vader.
who
I
get to
have too
choose who
many.
becomes a light bearer?
Same as it
I
ever
think my
was.
dad watched Red
Sometimes it
Dwarf.
just
Red
gets
Dwarf was
my
a brilliant
goat.
program.
That's all.
Oh,
I
Wolfie, I know you're a few years younger than me, but did you used to watch it on BBC Two on Friday nights?
yes.
Do you remember what else used to be on Friday nights on BBC?
Go on.
Bottom?
Oh yes, Bottom with Rick Mail and Edmondson.
Yes. Friday night was one of those that kind of started with, and I remember going to school just being like, oh hey guys, yeah, this new kind of like TV program kind of like was on Channel 4. It's about a American kind of like group of friends in like their 20s, and they're like, oh, what's it called? It's like Friends. I describe it, I'm like, oh no, it sounds rubbish. One of the longest running series, biggest grossing series ever. But yeah, there was Friends, there was Bottom, there was Red Dwarf.
So it was Friends on Channel 2 or was that Channel 4?
It was Channel 4 for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be basically kind of, yeah, you just start and then just go through. I think Friends was on relatively late on, but it was just one of those where it was actually like 4 hours worth of viewing that at the age I was, me and my brother were, we probably should not have been let loose with it, but did find it amusing all the same.
Wolfie, you're dead.
Yeah, I am, and I'm trying to figure out why my grenade and that aren't spawning the orbs they should be.
It does help if you're alive.
Oh, that's terrible fucking audio. Dry, you're dead.
Although I think after this one, I'm going to leave you to do these because I'm bored of these. By the way, I'm very bored of them.
Well, I'm going to be on for a little bit, but I'm not going to be on massively late because I have got to go to this exhibition.
Excuse me a sec.
Well, if Inhibia gets back, we might rather try Jim.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you guys? Oh, I was looking away from the screen when I looked at that. I am
There's gotta
35.
be another way in, right, Queen Mara?
The ascendant plane envelops the material world like
1987.
it leaves nothing untouched.
So I'll take that as a yes.
Saved.
I hope.
I'm 27.
And I believe Pixie is the oldest out of all of us.
Yes, I believe he is. I don't know how old Inhibia is though.
think Pixie's 39, and I want to say Inhibio's 36. Inhibio's watching this going, how very fucking dare! Yep, that was definitely something.
I said, oh yeah, we don't have to light that one just yet. Wheel in a minute. Like now.
Oh, motherfucker. Where's... Oh, me next. How old am I, Wolfie? 31? Was there 4 years between us? I got you south side.
How old are you, Zeph?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Cactus to turn around and go, "31, how very fucking dare you!"
Guardian down.
Going, no, you can't get offended. You asked the question. You knows the rules. I turned 18 at March. Oh, you young whippersnapper.
What date in March?
Oh yeah, you're a March child as well, aren't you, Dra?
Yep.
I'm back.
Fitzy, how old are you?
Ooh, how old do you think I am?
39.
You've seen photos of me. Oh, damn you, Wolfie. You know.
I couldn't.
That was
yes.
I was seeing if Wolfie got
I couldn't actually remember. I thought you
were
were.
right.
I couldn't actually remember. I thought you were 39, but I wasn't sure.
I am 39. Yes. Because you're away, aren't you, for our 10th of June?
What?
On the 10th of June, you're away? I think you said?
I think so, I'm not sure.
Well, if you happen to be around Malden, yes. Come for drinks. Don't worry, Thistle can't make it.
Coming back to town.
Yeah, there's gonna be a party and everything. So I think I mentioned to you guys before, but I will confirm the details with you. I just haven't actually spoken to my sister-in-law because she's just turned 30, so we're having a joint 70th. Okay, so this definitely works. Interesting.
Free the prisoners!
Shadow Legion
No, sweetie, but I'm flattered.
prisoners
And
remind
Zephy turned on the 19th of March.
many of our houses placed bounties on your heads. Mercenaries bought ether with
Sorry, I've missed something. Are we all talking about ages?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Spider had quite the collection.
Well, happy birthday for not that long ago.
Told me it was antique.
a clever way to say it belonged to Tanix before it belonged to him.
Now there's a couple of seasonal challenges done.
I hopped out the fire team because I don't want to do battlegrounds, and you need to do them by the sounds of it.
Well, I gotta go to the hollow projector on the farm now. Oh, where's Zer as well?
I forgot Zer was even in the game at this point.
Yes, it's Friday. Zer's here.
Yeah, he doesn't really give you a great deal.
I
He
should
might
probably get
fall
some
off his
sleep
Titan.
now. I hope everyone has a good night and a fun stream. Have a good one, Zephy.
Good night, Zeph.
Bye-bye.
Behave yourself. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm not too much younger than you, Wolfie. 33 then. 2 years. I'll half it until I get it right. Or if I get it wrong, I'll double it.
Apparently bingo.
Bingo!
Well, it's one of those fun ones. Over Christmas, we played
Hell of a time
A
on that Shadow
silly,
Legion ship, wasn't it? Joined for other reasons.
game, and one of the questions was how many letters does this word have in it? And so rather than run the risk of
To say to you, I spared your
counting, it just said a low estimate and then just kept going up by one until I hit like 14, which I knew was definitely way too many. And my mum just looked at me and was just like, you can't do that. And I'm just like, please tell me what part of the rules says that I can't do that. And I got given half a point for my cheek of just gaming the system.
Hey, points is points at the end of the day.
Indeed.
I'll be 34 in November, so I'll be 36 in July.
Rally up, Guardian. I won't say we got the Shadow Legion on the ropes.
And
just
I'm
yet,
gonna
but
get
we're
pissed
making
off with this
progress.
game in a minute.
I meant to ask.
God damn it. Go to the farm to go speak to the hollow projector. Go to the helm to go speak to the hollow projector. Go back to the farm to speak to the hollow projector. It's a hollow projector, guys. You can fucking project it anywhere.
Like, what's her face?
Like, fuck it. Like a silly,
Not it's like Anna's sister. Yeah.
silly bint. That's what she will forever be called.
Yeah, Wolfie's a really big fan of her.
I'm a really big fan of her. Really got me when she made me do the fucking Lost Sector. Got to the end of the Lost Sector and she went, right, okay, I've got some stuff I need to think about. Come meet me back at the camp. Then you go back to the camp and she goes, what we need stuff in that lab to go and do this. Complete the Lost Sector again. Fuck off! You could have spoke to me right here.
Yeah.
Guardian, I'm glad I
This is it's standard Destiny. Thanks,
Thanks,
Bungie. I remember when we played Halo and we didn't have to go and talk to somebody who was stood right next to me. Also, Halo is set in a technologically inferior kind of universe, yet they still manage to have radios.
Radios that work both ways.
Yep.
Should have heard how old Bear thought I was. Oh, go on.
492.
I'm gonna say, it sounds like there's a story here. Oh, I'm gonna guess that Zur is in the Winding Cove.
Let me know who's got.
Well, I'm here with Jeffrey Bezos.
How do you know it's him? Is he calling himself Rocket Man?
No, he's actually called Jeffrey Bezos.
Fair enough.
Not the Rocket Man.
Perhaps this is why the Nine sent me here.
And I'm invading.
Zur has
Indeed,
got
I saw.
the Crimson, the Bombardiers for the Hunter, the Ashen Wake for the Titan, and the Wings of Sacred Dawn for the Warlock.
That honestly sounded like you said the swings of Sacred Dawn.
No,
That's what I
the
thought.
Wings of Sacred Dawn.
The sex wings of Sacred Dawn. Okay. It's a bit weird, but fair enough. Zur sells everything.
One-stop shop.
It's not our place. It's not our place to question benign.
Know your place.
Yep. So I've finished off the top level draw, and I've realised that I built the second level one block too high, which is great considering I've actually put a load of stuff in some of these chests.
So this is the Lawnmower Man. Yes, this is the Lawnmower Man keg. Mainly because he has his lawnmower gun.
He mows lawns. The gardener.
We just mow things down. So yeah, well, I'm going to return to orbit then. And I will show you. So, first of all, that's scrap. Scrap.
I think the main thing I need to do
keep
before
that for
the
the
end
level.
of this season is actually get my auto rifle to level 20.
Your raid one.
Yes, the one I've crafted.
Yeah.
I've got it to level 10, so I can use it at level 10, but it's this auto is built for my Strand build mainly.
Yeah.
Also,
it's the one that I want.
Also, the
Because
panelists
it's
loved
got
your answers.
Demolitionist and Hatchling.
Loved your answers and debates over some of the topics we were discussing a few streams back. Oh, have the panelists been watching it, or have they just sort of you've told them what the answers were, or? But yes, so this is my Lawnmower Man. He is my Void Titan. So with him at the moment, we are running Ward of Dawn, which is basically a giant bubble that's indestructible. And it's not quite indestructible, it just takes a shitload of damage.
Keg says both.
You've been to the con and done the panel yet, then, Cag? Right, I couldn't remember what it was. So we do have a choice of different barricades. We can have this. We can have a rally barricade, which creates a small
Keg
barricade.
shared the stream.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, so we can get a rally barricade. It creates a small barricade. We can aim
That makes
over.
no sense.
What?
No, sorry, I'm in Minecraft with Pixie.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but
it's all a bit weird around here at the moment, Ra.
Yeah, so
It was the fact I fell and I stopped mid-air. It's like, what?
Oh. Weird.
yes, at the moment we're running the rally barricade instead of the towering barricade. The towering barricade is a big barricade that provides lots of cover. The rally barricade is a small barricade you can peek over while aiming down sights. It increases weapon reload speed, stability, range. We're not actually taking the barricade for the barricade abilities. We're taking it because we have Bastion. So Bastion is when you cast a super, you get an overshield. When you cast a barricade, it grants an overshield to myself and any nearby allies, and it regenerates over time. So the reason we're actually taking this barricade is because it's 10 seconds quicker than that barricade.
You're on the edge of the hopper.
Oh, okay.
We then have controlled demolitionist, because on this one, if we hit targets with avoidability, they become volatile. So we're using this mainly for our grenades, which we will.
Wolfie Keg says that they're preparing for the panel this month.
Ah, fair enough. So what did they like the answers about? What is one of the really bad things in games? Elite toxic gamers. What's one of the really good things? Elite Sherpas. But no, so these are our...
What's one of the good things? The community.
So these are our fragments down here. So what we're trying to do is basically play into our grenade. So we've got Echo of Remnants, so our grenade lasts longer. Echo of Starvation, picking up a Void Breach or Orb of Power grants Devour. And Echo of Undermining, our Void Grenades weaken targets. Now we're using our Vortex Grenade, so it pulls all the bad guys in, weakens them all, lasts for a lot longer. If they get destroyed by the grenade, we have a mod on our arms called Firepower, which creates an orb every time our grenade gets a kill. If our grenade gets a kill and drops an orb, we pick up the orb, we then get Devour. Devour is every time we get a kill while Devour is active, we get full health. It also grants grenade energy, and killing something while Devour is active actually resets the timer on Devour. So everything sort of plays into itself. But the main things about the Lawnmower Man is having that bubble and that barricade means that he can create a lot of overshields, a lot of impenetrable shields, so he can take an awful lot of damage. We have the Sweet Business, which is basically, it's a chain gun for all sort of purposes. Larger magazine increases your accuracy. Picking up special heavy ammo immediate reloads this weapon. So it works really well by just running over the ammo, picking it straight up. The magazine on this is 150 rounds. However, our chest piece, the Actium War Rig, has auto-loading link. So we steadily reload a portion of our grenade to equipped auto rifles and machine guns from reserves. Provides a moderate benefit to airborne effectiveness. So we don't follow the airborne effectiveness, we just want that, it's a really big mag, and we can just hold the trigger down, and that, because it's basically, it chain feeds it. So we probably get the best part of 900 rounds out of that gun before we have to reload. And that's if we just hold the trigger down.
Read Keggs' response.
That was a hot answer, the Sherpas. Something not people talk about or new gamers know about. So they actually are asking if any panelists are professional Sherpas or the like. You you can go on LineCag and you can search for it depends how they call themselves. It'll either be professional carries, professional backpacks, or professional Sherpas. And these are guys, girls, gamers, whatever, that basically you pay them and they will Sherpa you. I wonder if they've still got
What's
it in.
the trials guy who
Which one?
backpacks
There's
people?
tons.
The one who backpacks people and can do it kind of like solo.
I can't remember.
Which one? There's a few.
The one that can basically just go in by himself and just. We were talking about him, but months and months ago. I can't remember his name, but he's. The point is, Cags, I'm getting to is every now and then he just decides that he is going to choose some people who watch his stream and just be like, right, just message them, just being like, right, these guys are online, wonderful, and yep, you want to play trials, and he will just get them through. Is it 7 wins?
Yep.
On the trot, which is going flawless, which is very difficult to do, and takes them to get the high-level rewards for it. And yeah,
He takes
basically,
them to the lighthouse.
yes, the lighthouse is the name of the venue in the game. But yeah, you get a load of loot, and you also get bragging rights as well. And it's one of those things that is end game. It's player versus player, so it's tricky as hell to do because there's a lot of people that have been playing Destiny over the last 10 years, and they're all very good at it. But yeah, he just does it out of the. He doesn't do it professionally. He does it out of the goodness of his heart, and basically just chooses some people that watch his content and just go, thanks. I'm gonna get you to the end.
Well, this is the thing. Destiny have actually got it where if you want to be a Sherpa, but you're not a professional Sherpa, so you're not charging people. So you've got stuff like the Vault of Glass raid, the King's Fall raid. There are other ones. These are just the two on the screen that I use as an example. But you have these little icons up here, which are guided game, where the whole point of the guided game is you go into it and you can select whether you're a guide or whether you're a seeker. And the whole point of the guide is you team up with your clanmates and you guide the seekers through the raid. You are a Sherpa through the Destiny matchmaking system. You don't charge people for it. You just go, I'm really good at this game, or I'm really good at this raid. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to teach a load of people how to do this. If you're trying to learn the mechanics, you can become a seeker. And you go into the raid, you have a guide, and the guide teaches you. As it says, commencement 45 minutes, chat is required. Full clear, it could take multiple hours. It depends how long it takes people to pick up these mechanics. And it's a really nice sort of thing that Destiny have done where they've actually put that into the game. So you can just be a Sherpa in-game without having to go out and go, right, yeah, you've all got to pay me for my services. It's some people, if you want to pay for that service, as they said, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. Others, it's about the joy of gaming.
Yeah, and other people, we just have draw.
Yeah, and draw seems to know the mechanics. But everything. So.
Every raid that we do, Dra's completed it 2 or 3 times before any of us are considered even doing it. And yeah, it's one of those fun ones where it's just like, yeah, so what do I do, Dra? And yeah, he's good until he's not good, and then he's very sarcastic.
And then we all just tell him to equip a fusion rifle.
Yes.
Your return honors me, Guardian.
I've carried people through the Whisper mission when that was a thing.
Yes, you have. In fact, any mission. What's it, Prime?
You're not 0.
0, that's the one, yes. I'm terrible at Destiny jumping puzzles. I'm not terrible at them, I can do them, I just get very bored and start trying to do them at sprinting pace when I just need to be patient. And yeah, just fail and fall off, and so Wolfie and Dra tend to get to the bosses before me. That was just the one that the Whisper mission I could do. I could get to the boss room and would fight and everything else. But yeah, the 0-hour one, I got to the boss room first out of all three of us in our first run that I ever did it on. Must have done it about 5 or 6 times. I didn't make it to the boss room ever again.
Is that the one that's coming back next season?
Yeah.
0 hour?
Yep.
0 hours coming back as a because they're doing a exotic mission playlist.
I didn't think 0 hours come back. I know the
0 hours coming back. The Whisper isn't.
Everybody gets to go play with Trevor again.
Yep.
Fuck Trevor. Yeah, I was so far behind in Hibio that Trevor had reset by the time that I got to him. And yeah, by that stage, I'd already died countless times outside of just falling to my death. Just stupid, kind of not concentrating nonsense. And I was just done with it. And at that stage, by that point, Gerard and Wolfie had got murdering everything in the boss room down to a fine art. So I was just like, tell you what, I'll just leave you to it. I will do my damnedest to get there, but if Trevor wants to murder me up and I have to reset 2 or 3 times to get through it, you'll be done. So,
But you do realise, Dral, that when that mission comes back, if we do that mission, I will be running it to start with the
Don't use fucking Risk Runner.
No, I'm going to use the Risk Runner. I'm going to use the Risk Runner. I'm going to see whether it fucks up or not. I want to see.
why did it fuck up before with Risk Runner?
Risk Runner, if you
Risk Runner
fired it, the
perfectly.
pixels, the particles were too much, and the game crashed you out.
Yeah, if you
Pixie,
you could run it perfectly. You got to the boss
look
room.
to come here.
Something new at Epcot.
Got some presents for you.
So the thing though was though, Dral, wasn't it, that you could run to the boss room and everything would be fine.
Ooh, thanks.
It's after you killed that first couple of enemies in the boss room, and they spawned in behind you, and you had the
Servitors.
servitors. If you so much as hit one of the servitors with the Risk Runner, it would.
But it was with Risk Runner or the chain lightning from Risk Runner.
Yeah.
So the odds are you are gonna hit the fucking servitor.
Yeah, and basically, if the lightning arced because everything was so close together, you got that many particle effects. The game just went, no, can't handle this. Go fuck yourself. You're all being kicked out.
I'm not so sure.
Although it is going to be interesting to see what happens when that comes back because of having strand and threadlings and all that crap.
This is why.
Because before we didn't have strand or stasis.
This is why I'm kind of hoping that they fixed it. Because, I mean, think about it. You look at like the Titans or the Warlocks now, or even the Hunters. I mean, in Hibio, you'll be the first one to say, what's your Void Hunters nickname?
It's a new bunch of captives. Mithrax and
what?
I are
The everything is purple build?
Why is everything purple?
But we will need a route for escape.
That's where you
Volatile.
Because it's volatile and everything's exploding. Imagine all of those particle effects going on in there.
The signal will alert our enemies.
Well, I'd say they'd have to really fixed it just because of how. Otherwise, I don't think any of Destiny would actually be able to function with that.
Yes, but this is the...
Bungie.
I really hope they fixed it. I have zero faith they have actually fixed it.
Although, I've just
The
thought
thing is,
thing.
could you ever imagine if any of us or all of us got an invite to go to Bungie and go, right, okay, you guys keep saying that there's this, that, and the other wrong with the game. Come to this studio, let us know what's wrong, and we'll see if we can put it right. The amount of things we'd point out, and they turn around and go, do you realise that as much as you guys go, it's really simple, you just do this, that would literally take us weeks and weeks to fix.
But you're forgetting the more obvious point. This is an Admiral Akbar moment. We would walk through the doors and they would immediately get us with a lethal injection. And it would just be, yeah, quit your warlock whining and be grateful. It would just be one of those kind of like secret assassinations that they're allowed so many of.
I will never quit my warlock whining. I will never quit my Warlock whining. We have nice toys taken away from us straight away, whereas Hunters and Titans, no, they're allowed their toys.
Are you certain the ship will fit?
Wait for it.
You guys are now getting an exotic that's been around for a year, dominating, getting nerfed next season.
Why?
It was only
And yet the
dominating
Titan shield
because of an
bash,
aspect. Otherwise, it was shit.
and the
But-
Titan shield bash
so-
goes
hold on.
unchanged.
Hold on. But then, wasn't it Hunters that had Grafalcon's nerfed because of an effect? And then it still fucking broke the game. And if we really want to go down the route of broken exotics, let's go with Radiant Dance Machines.
What the hell are they?
I
even?
never got them during that entire.
Radiant
with,
Dance Machines are an exotic, and basically they let you dodge. If you dodge, you can dodge. The thing is, there's a mod, or there was a mod, which basically let you get super energy and ability energy by dodging. So, because you had to be near an enemy for this to trigger, you literally dodged around the enemy and got your super. Wolfie, how many times did I get my super in that one strike? Can you remember?
I can't remember how many times. Was it something stupid like fucking 19?
Yes, something stupid like that. In one strike, I was just
Did you-
dancing around the enemies and then throwing my super and then dancing around the enemies again.
And this was like when I had my Void Warlock and I was sat there going, yeah, it takes me like 20-25 seconds to get my fucking super back. This is absolutely kick-ass. And I was going, got mine again. It's like, oh, fuck off.
By the time Wolfie had one super, I think I had about 4.
It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
See, if the Warlocks had that, it would be absolutely more than fair.
Trying to think when Warlocks had something like that.
We had Nova Wrap for a day. A day! Well, I'm playing a Titan.
Yeah.
Didn't Titans have one-eyed mask for God knows how long?
For over a year.
That
And
was
it got
ridiculous.
nerfed 4 times. And it was still OP until the very last one.
I can tell you one that didn't get nerfed for ages, but the Hunter, and it was insane.
Which one?
Shads of Galena. That took
yes.
fucking ages for them to nerf that fucker.
It only took a couple seasons actually.
It took longer than that.
And how? Sorry, how long have we had Starfire Protocol be insane now?
About a year.
When did it actually get used insanely?
Season of the Haunt.
We got Season of the Haunt, so we had it for about 9 months. At the insane part. It's coming up to a year next season.
Titan down! Took a tank artillery shell to the face!
The thing
Yeah,
is,
shouldn't do that.
when Solar first came out, it wasn't actually as insane as it is now because we didn't have some of the fragments the way they are.
That's right. We did get a couple new solar fragments. What was it? This season?
Yeah, this season.
But
Was
then
it this season or last season?
but see,
But the only reason it became insane was essentially because of the mod changes we had.
so the thing is, it's like what we said, going back to the original point of Bungie going, right, well, you tell us how to fix this and how to fix that. It was like with the 4 Horsemen and this whole fucking switching weapons on your character, and then it's 2 seconds before you can fire the next. Well, that's all been put in because of one shotgun having a major fucking damage boost. So instead of fixing the shotgun, they've blanket fucked all the weapons. But have they done that because they've obviously spotted something that we haven't seen, and they've gone, look, this is happening over and over and over and over and over again. It's just easier before this all gets figured out. We'll just blanket fucking sort it. Or is it?
They could just disable the gun.
That's what I mean. Is it like that? Only one gun has been found, but this could happen with several guns. So they've just gone. If we just blanket it, then that just sorts the entire thing.
What's this one?
I
Sure
think this is with the raid weapon buff, or the raid weapons. Obviously, the more raid weapons you have on, the bigger buff they have, or something like that.
Okay.
And I think it was with the 4 horsemen. What people were doing, they were equipping multiple raid weapons, and then going into their menu, equipping the 4th horseman, coming out of their menu, and the buff would stay for a couple of seconds. So you had the 4th horseman with its damage getting multiplied because it was being classed as a raid weapon for a couple of seconds, and people were basically then laying into the boss, of course, with a 4th horseman with
a full auto shotgun that hits like a truck.
Yeah, now imagine it hitting like a truck with multiplied damage.
I can see why that's an issue.
Now that's the thing, this is why this whole blanket ban has come across of, if you change weapons, it's 2 seconds before you can fire it.
Which defeats the point of loads of mods that have been in the game since day one about faster swapping weapons and everything else.
Yeah. So is it that...
And just basic gameplay of kind of like, yeah, if I'm out of ammo, I'm swapping to a weapon that is going, well, even if I'm not out of ammo, if I want a weapon, I don't want the weapon in 45 years' time. I also don't want it in 2 seconds' time. I kind of want it as soon as it's available.
Yeah, but the whole thing of being able to fire it after 2 seconds is if you go into your menu and swap weapons. If you actually just press Y and go from one to the other, you can fire it as soon as it comes out.
Oh, okay, sorry. I misunderstood.
But
So you want to hear something funny about that?
Go on.
It also affects Golden Gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Golden Gun is classed as a hand cannon.
Yes.
So if you cast Golden Gun, because you're technically changing a weapon, and it's not a weapon that would be out of the 3 that you would have equipped, it goes, right, okay, yeah, you can't fire that for at least 2 seconds.
There goes Panic casting Golden Gun.
Hold on. Did the multiplier affect Golden Gun?
Yes, the mod affects the sort of the ban effectively affects Golden Gun.
No, did the damage multiplier, I think is what Charles asking.
Yeah.
Oh,
did
right.
the damage multiplier affect Golden Gun?
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
Fuck. Imagine that with the Celestial Nighthawk. Fucking.
But you know what does
that
affect
raid
Golden
boss
Gun?
is dead.
You know what does affect Golden Gun?
Oh,
The kinetic buff mod for your boots.
As I said, no one cares.
No one cares
It's 100,
about
no one
Golden
cares.
Gun. Why? Because it kills us.
Oh, if only you were closer, I could actually lick the sweet, sweet tears from your face. Sorry. Inner bastard got out again.
Your tears, they feed me. No, but that's the thing. So I wonder whether, like, the guys at Bungie had realised that, you know, say the 4th Horseman was only the tip of the iceberg, and that this could affect loads and loads of weapons. That's why they did the whole blanket ban. Or,
Wolfie said tip.
or whether they just went, look, it's just going to be fucking easier for us to do this and then sort it out afterwards.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, we don't want another, what's it called? Taking over Bungie.
Oh, here's the, I believe this is the sad cutscene in a second, guys.
Anybody want barbecue?
Go on, we'll watch it.
What was the weapon that
I'm here.
did the fake social media takeover?
Oh, Telesto.
Telesto.
There you go.
Right, so that, for anybody who doesn't know, that's Amanda Holiday. She has been in Destiny since fucking day one. And that's Mithrax. That's a good guy who looks like a bad guy. So Holiday, we've been through all sorts of weird and wonderful adventures with her.
We're trapped.
I'm on it.
She's not a guardian. She is a pilot and a mechanic, and she is very, very good at what she does.
She's also a human.
Yep, she's just a standard human who's quite intelligent.
I wouldn't go standard in any way, shape, or form at all.
Go. Now.
So she is now holding the door open so they can all escape. But the lockdown is clicking down. She looked at the time and she's already realised.
Outside. We are safe.
Hey, who wants marshmallows?
It matters.
They're Amanda brand.
Bye, Amanda.
And now she's extra crispy.
She would
Bro,
be.
do you like bacon?
She would be what we call Cajuned.
Bro, do you like bacon?
Nah, she was
I
air
think-
fried.
I was going to say atomized, but that's a different matter altogether.
Now that is a bad guy.
I warned you.
Thing is, I reckon Aramis is gonna end up helping us.
I do too.
They all end up helping us or getting murdered. Sorry, spoilers.
I reckon Aramis is gonna help us, and I reckon Savathun's gonna come back and help us.
Draw, you shut your whore mouth.
We just killed that worm-loving son of a what's-it.
I wouldn't exactly say she was worm-loving, considering she asked for us to help her remove her worm.
Ah, come on, Cade's coming back. We all know
Mostly
it.
worm-leather. Yes, please. I will quite happily sacrifice Vuvuzela for that arcade.
Cade will come back and he'll have a different voice because they won't get Nathan Fillion and he'll be called like Cade 17.
But that's what the number represents.
The
Not
amount,
what the number represents.
no, the number represents the amount of times they've been restarted to gain sentience.
Yes.
It's not exactly gain sentience. It's how many reboots it took for. Because remember, you have to think Exos are essentially humans who then volunteered to have their mind
Consciousness.
put into their consciousness put into an exo body, and it's how many times they had to restart them so before their consciousness actually took.
So, Cade he didn't volunteer. He was told, hey, you do this, we'll have your debts paid off. So he was kind of coerced into it.
He kind of did it for his family, though.
Devotion.
Yeah.
Bravery.
I just like the way Cade didn't even want to be in the Vanguard.
Guardian,
He got it because he lost a bet.
and
Yeah,
That's about
you know the
right.
story behind that, right?
infirmary. How do
I
you
cannot
proceed?
remember it.
We have to regroup.
So, him and Andor Brask had a bet
Bury Amanda.
where whoever
And keep her
kills
killers underground.
Tanix,
It'll be
Oh, it's Tanich, yeah.
yep,
Good.
gets all the glory, and the loser has to become the vanguard for the hunters. Well, Cade
And you
obviously
will sit back.
won, quote, and Andor Brask became the hunter vanguard.
Make arrangements for Amanda.
And with that,
The Guardian.
Andor
and I
Brask
will
got
handle
killed by
the company.
Tanix later down the road.
If that's your wish.
And Cade then realized, like, wait, I lost the bet, so now I'm the hunter vanguard. So he had to honor the
I
hunter's
know you
bet.
want it too.
Because that was
You'll be the first to
that
know.
was his last words, wasn't it? Tal Zavala and Ikora
The
being the hunt.
Vanguard was the best bet I ever lost.
Yeah, it was the best
Yeah.
bet I ever lost.
Yeah, and it was actually called the Vanguard Dare, and it was actually before that. There was actually one with
I've lived for centuries upon
oh
centuries.
god, there was another hunter
The rat
where
has not lost its sting. It is
two
a creature
hunters
whose movements
were
are familiar
in a
to me.
poker game. One was a dealer and the
It is
other was
curse
a
I had to bear.
Wasn't that
player.
wasn't that the
And the
story
player
of
was get
Rose or Thorn?
no. That was a Titan.
Was it?
Um
No, Rose was
uh
a. No, Thorn was a hunter. I swear.
no. That's a that was a Titan. Uh
See what you're witnessing now, guys and girls in chat, is although Destiny is a go to a place and shoot the lads, and when you're not doing that, you're shooting the lads at a designated place. When you go through the actual story, we can go into our collections here and go into lore.
here we go. Caliban.
There is an awful lot of
Caliban was
lore
the
and stuff that we can
yeah,
go through. And sorry, carry on.
Caliban was the one that made the had the poker game against I forget who, because Caliban was the dealer, and the other hunter was playing against an Ahamkara, because the wish was I want to have the card game of of my life, and that other hunter lost, and I think they were the hunter vanguard at the time. And when that hunter lost, they actually got devoured by the Ahamkara. And then Caliban became the new hunter vanguard.
I just remember one thing was that there was hunters basically going to take on Ahamkara, and our warlock basically said, "Those things? Oh, I've killed a few of those. You don't want to go fight those." Because then there was one that I think it was I think it was a warlock said it to a hunter while wearing some of the Ahamkara armor. Basically, yeah, these things are tough and all this, and then the hunter basically going, "Oh, I bet I could take one." And then after the hunter left, the warlock was like, "Why did I say that? I've sent them to their death." Because they knew how the hunter would react.
You do know about the Iron Lords fighting the Ahamkara, and their wish was we want to fight an actual dragon, right?
No, I can't. I've probably read it. I just can't remember. There's so much lore in Destiny that I've read, and
I think this is part of the. This is something I would say to Bungie, which is obviously you go to collections and you can go to lore and you can have a look at all your different lore books and stuff like that. It would be really nice to basically go to Tower and go and have a library and literally have sections for different books and have to fill up the library. It seems like it's an extra thing for having an extra thing, but it would be a hell of a lot nicer to have a library that you could go into and go, these are all the books that I've actually done. These are the books that are missing, instead of just going onto a page and going, here's the lore. Look, you're making it look.
What would be really nice, and I mean really out there nice, would to have this lore built into the game so that we don't have to. Not that I'm anti-reading it, I'm just rather than like in a film. If the film is having to do a film noir, like private detective sort of thing with a voiceover, it's usually because there's some information that's been cut out of the film but is needed, or the film hasn't quite understood it and thinks it's going to be very complicated for people to understand, so they put it in a voiceover. And I was just like, great, so you're now telling your viewers what they should expect instead of actually showing it to them as in part of the game in this case. It'd be really nice if The lore section was there, but was there in a different way.
Yeah.
I still think one of the
mean-
best bits of lore in Destiny is the Books of Sorrow.
Yes, I just wish that the D1 lore wasn't on the internet only, like on the web.
Yeah, because you had to go online to read it all, didn't you?
Oh, it was part of the app, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. With the Grimoire cards.
Yeah.
See, I think, and again, it's like stupid things. I think it'd be really good if you could go into your Destiny 2 app on your phone and you could activate Ghost mode. And you were to play the game, and then every time that Ghost was to speak, it came through the phone instead of the game. Now,
That could be quite cool.
I think that
and
would be
potentially annoying.
Well, that's the thing, and I imagine people are going to go, oh yeah, but how difficult would it be to do that, to integrate it? Fallout 4 did it. I had literally a Pip-Boy on my arm for Fallout 4, and I never had to go into my menu to change weapons or use stim packs. I just literally raised my arm and clicked it like the personal computer on my arm. And it makes that game so much more fun because you're sat there going, I don't have to interrupt combat, I don't have to stop all of this. But don't get me wrong, it does make it a little bit more challenging in certain senses, because where you stop combat in Fallout 4, because you're going into your menu to have a look at eating some food using a stim pack, it freezes the combat, so you then have all the time in the world to decide what you're doing. But it kind of takes away from the immersion a little bit. But
Wolfie, have you ever played Oblivion?
Very, very little of it.
Okay, have you ever done any of the campaign, like the main campaign?
Again, it's been so long, I can only say I've done a mission or two.
The main campaign was where the Oblivion Crisis. I actually remember there was a part where after you closed your very first Oblivion gate, you go back to the little church, like, I forget where, but the person's running away from assassins, and they run up to you, help, help, they're right behind me. And you can see them right behind them, frozen in place. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah, they're right on my ass.
Don't you think that'd be fun to actually have a bit more sort of
Immersion?
Well, well, a bit more emotion, yes, but to have that bit more interaction.
Immersion, not
Yeah,
immersion.
immersion, sorry. Yeah, to have that bit more interaction as well. Again, it's really easy to say it from a position of a gamer who is, yeah, I'm going to buy the game, I'm going to play the game, and then I'm going to judge the game. You know, I'm not putting any money on the line to basically see whether this game is a success or a flop. I'm not risking anything, I'm just well, I suppose the most I'm risking is what? The price of a DLC? But if it flops, I don't really lose anything apart from, well, that wasn't really worth it. If, you know, I'm not putting as much money into it where they're going, look, if we don't sell this, then we're going to have to lay people off, livelihoods are going to change, you know, we're going to have to close parts of the studio.
Welcome to every time that the money has disappeared, and I mean very much in the case of Daddy, whoever that is.
I'm not sure who it is at the moment. It's not Microsoft anymore, is it?
Sony.
I was gonna say Sony.
Who does Sony own? You talk about Bungie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just recent too.
So no,
Yeah. It's
Xbox-
Sony's turn to have a go on Bungie.
I know Xbox are trying to buy Activision Blizzard at the moment, and the UK are basically saying no, absolutely fucking not. And that's mainly because of PlayStation, I believe. It's not.
Yeah, but we know that we're not even a second-rate country anymore.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of people that will probably turn around and go, "Oh, it's because you're an Xbox fan and you're saying it's because of PlayStation." Well, no, it's because Microsoft and Activision have said if this deal goes through, there will be no way that they are going to make the Call of Duty franchise Xbox exclusive.
There's too much money in it.
Yeah. And the whole sort of crux of it is that the reason people won't let it go ahead is because if they do let it go ahead, they're afraid that Xbox is going to, Microsoft is going to make the Call of Duty franchise Xbox exclusive.
It's going to be part of the Monopolies Commission over here, and the US have the same thing about mergers as well. They can't allow any one player in any industry to get too big, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit like a game of poker. If you have a massive pile of money, and I don't, you can just bully me. You can just go all in at any given point that you like. And knowing full well that I can't match it, it's relatively small stakes for you, because you're a damn sight bigger, but it's just massive for me. And it actually just kills creativity and makes the industry a smaller, worse off place.
Oh yeah.
So that's what they're trying to avoid. Yeah, whilst ignoring the fact that it could dramatically make the industry a better place.
Well, this is the thing from every sort of document you see, this is going to make the gaming industry a better place. This is going to allow people more access to this, that, and the other, and it would all be absolutely brilliant. But you're also sat there going, yeah, okay, but how much of that is going to be because of complaints from Xbox players? How much of that is going to be complaints from Microsoft players?
Well, it's new and it's different, so it must be feared. Yeah, it's one of those. There's a set of rules around these, and there's also a set of people who are campaigning for and against it. I'm sure some money will change hands and we'll get an answer, whatever way it goes, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I personally think it would be good for the industry. I think it would
catch Microsoft up.
Yeah.
To a point that Sony has been kind of not a generation ahead, but it's not far off it. They've got a lot more exclusives. They've got a lot more high-end, like AAA exclusives that people want to play. Whereas Microsoft is kind of like lacking in that sort of scenario, in that position. So it will potentially rebalance it, because they now have so many kind of top-tier studios. But who knows? They might just continue to go, actually, we've spent however many billion on acquiring this whole chain of studios and Activision Blizzard, and we might just go, actually, we quite like the amount of money that they were making beforehand. How do we make more of it? And by cutting out PlayStation, you can't really do that. So they might just go, yeah, in fact, everything's just going to stay exactly the same. We may develop a couple of new franchises that are Xbox exclusives, but everything else is going to stay exactly how it is. But it's one of those. It's like politics. They're campaigning at the moment. What they actually do when they get the decision is a very different matter.
Well, you do know that the PlayStation exclusivity, I think that ties into the fact that if you actually want to have crossplay, you have to pay PlayStation to allow the game to have crossplay.
Okay, interesting.
There was something about it a couple years ago. I remember reading an article about it where PC and Microsoft's like, yeah, we're ready to do crossplay anytime, you know. We're just waiting on PlayStation. And PlayStation's like, no, if you want crossplay with us, you're gonna pay us to use the, you know, allow crossplay. And that's why only the bigger games have it with between the different consoles.
Yeah, so it's one of those that, quite rightly, Sony and PlayStation found themselves in the more advantageous position where they can actually dictate terms.
Is that a thing we got? I'll put on some
So yeah, they're the ones that's winning the console battle, if you will. So yeah, why go back to the 360 era when Microsoft had an advantage? They didn't want to play ball with Sony either. So
I mean, yeah. But back then it was a race of like who's better than who.
That was the old times. It was the Wild West back then.
Okay. And back then Microsoft had, you know, Halo when it was still good.
Come on, Halo Reach.
Halo Reach was amazing.
Loved Halo Reach.
After Reach is when it started going downhill.
Oh yeah, 343 can suck on my fuck it, dick. In fact, I wouldn't let them near it. They'd probably try chewing it.
Are you a chewing boy? This is the worst blowjob I've ever had.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could draw them a diagram using crayons and they would still get it wrong. Yeah, 343 did not do a good job. It actually took me about 9 months to finish Halo 4. Just because it was so bad. The what's been called like the trench run mission, which is the beginning of the last mission, and it's really fun. I got like halfway through that and just went, I'll tell you what. No, I know this is the last mission. I'm done. It's just shit. And I just put it down, and Enizam had to convince me to go back, and they said, actually, it's a brilliant mission. You should finish the mission off. It's the best mission in the game, and it's got the one of the funnest segments in it. And I'm just like, I have to. And yeah, didn't buy Halo 5. In fact, Halo Infinite. I've got Halo Infinite just because it's on Game Pass. I've played 3 or 4 games of multiplayer. That's it. Haven't touched it since.
Halo Infinite. Oh, that was such a train wreck.
Was it bad? Oh god.
It didn't come out with split screen, which is a Halo staple. It did not launch with Forge, which is also another staple. It got pushed back like a year and a half because it was supposed to launch with the new Xbox consoles. But when people saw the graphics for Halo Infinite, they roasted it so bad, they had to convince Bungie to push back Witch Queen by 2 months to launch with the new consoles. That's how bad Infinite looked. We're talking like Halo 1 graphics.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bungie must know we're talking about them, guys. I've just been disconnected.
What's your error code?
Baboon.
Error code? Fuck you, Wolfie. Wow. That's very specific.
I would love for them to turn around and go, error code Wolfie. What the fuck's an error code Wolfie? It's deliberate fuck you while sticking with the animal code.
Yes.
You seem to be swimming in lava a lot. Are you in the nether, or are you just having
Yeah.
a bad time?
I keep going into the nether
Okay.
and seeing how far I can get without any tools. That's not far.
Are you in the nether, or are you just having a bad time? Can't it be both?
You just have to hop around a bit.
I am, but I'm having to hop around in the and then fall into that lava to get to the next point.
You can actually go quite a long way without having to do that.
Watch Draw finds a bastion, goes into it, and gets murdered by the piglins.
I've been in a bastion. I've pretty much looted the entire one for Pixie.
Yeah, there's a bastion right next to my nether portal. It is handily placed, and thank you very much, Dra, for that. Not that I wasn't going to allow it anyway, but if you ever join the game, help yourself to some diamond armor. Hopefully before too long, I'll have the ability to enchant it up to high levels as well.
So,
Oh yeah, have you
I
got a
actually
silk,
learned something about the enchanting.
Have you got a silk touch pickaxe, Pixie?
No, not yet.
I
Why?
was gonna say, if you got a silk pickaxe, I'll just go strip mine down the bottom and pick up any diamond blocks with a silk touch pickaxe, and then we can mine them with a fortune one.
I've got
So-
Fortune one, but it's pretty busted. I was going to go and repair it, actually.
Pixie, you'll find this interesting.
Yes.
There are, you know how the number of bookshelves around an enchanting table dictates that how powerful the enchantment is, right?
Yes.
It also dictates how much of a chance you have getting specific enchantments.
Ooh, interesting.
Um,
Please don't tell me Dral's been right this entire time. Because I would put the bare minimum amount around it and just go, we don't need any more than that. I'd rather have the books for enchanting, but I don't tend to bother it with the enchantment tables anymore. And Dra would build it up to 2 high all the way round.
well, 12 is what you need to get the level 3 enchantments. But you can add more to get a higher chance of some of the better ones, like feather falling.
Damn it, Dra is right. I mean, congratulations, Dra. You had a sixth sense. That's quite cool. Yeah, I don't tend to use it. I just now tend to go in for... Well, I tend to make one. But because
Pixie
there's
uses villagers.
so many enchantments, I just make villagers, breeders and trading hall. So
Yeah,
I'm going to have
'cause
about 20
trading
or
halls
so
are
of
just
them.
OP.
Yeah. It means that I can set up all the stuff, and thinking about it before I even started this storage system, I should have just got
You could also set up a piglin bartering system too.
I can do. But I haven't.
I was honestly waiting for that to be. I can do. How do I do that?
I can do. With gold.
Yeah, same principle, except there was a design I saw
random.
where it had them trapped in one by one, but behind them had a block that's open for a gold to drop, and underneath them was a hopper to collect wherever they dropped. Now, on top of that block where the gold to drop will be our pressure plate, and it'll be timed to what you call it? To drop another gold piece.
Oh, okay.
So if you had a fuck ton of gold, you could just AFK farm and just get all this shit.
Continue to master my power.
Yeah, that sounds cool. It sounds like it's something you can do with different pressure plates as well, because The different materials that you make pressure plates out of give out different redstone signals. So like gold, one of the weakest.
That I don't know about, but it was an Iskall design that I remember seeing that for.
Okay. Iskall makes some crazy stuff.
Yes. I forget which season of Hermitcraft it was. I think it was the one where he had the giant tree of a base.
Oh yeah, that was last season.
No, I think it was the season before, because last season was actually fairly short.
Oh, okay. Okay, last season was the one I completely missed. It was the one before that then. Yeah, because the season before that, which is the Snow Globe, that's Mumbo's Snow Globe one, that was like a really long season, and they had quite a lot of... Well, they were waiting for the update, basically. Because they expanded their realm to get pillagers. So they had to go to the way that it worked in their world was they had to go to the world border. No, they had to go a certain distance away, and they all met up there, and they basically built a new village, which was really cool.
Yes.
They had like a dragon eating a spaceship, and yeah.
Yeah, they had the house fights to see who had the biggest house.
Yeah.
And then Mumbo had his rocket go straight up to the build limit.
Yeah. And then what's his face? Grian built a giant magnet which sucked the rocket back down.
Was it Green or was it Tango?
I thought it was Grian, because I know he was heavily involved in that, because that was his first series on
A wild cat has joined the party.
Oh yeah, Wolf, I forgot to tell you something. They've made some changes to Broodmother. The infected Broodmother.
They made it harder.
Well, they've made it so you can't cheese her anymore.
Oh?
Hi, Kags!
You could cheese her by standing on top of a mushroom, from what I've seen. Yeah, you can't do that now.
Why would they do? Remove the mushroom?
I don't know what they did, but they just made it so you can't cheese it now.
They put a mushroom-eating badger in.
You know the 3-hit combo that the infected Broodmother does?
Yeah.
That's not going to deal as much damage now.
What about her 5-hit
But
combo?
As far as I'm aware, that's still the same way. But the 3-hit combo is going to deal more damage, like stun damage to you if you block.
You're quite quiet, Kags.
I think she died.
I
Guys, I think Hags is a zombie. Oh god, the apocalypse is upon us!
I think she's going to have to speak up so her microphone actually registers that she's talking.
That's what I mean, yes.
Pixie,
The world as we know it.
Oh, I thought you know you don't have a you're just about to ask. Do you have Silk Touch Pickers? So that way I can get some of these blocks, and we can make a area for nether trees in the overworld.
I don't have Silk Touch, no. Okay, I see what you're doing now. Sorry, I was trying to fix my pick so that you could have the fortune pick, but you're there. No, and I don't even have the rail cart set up to get villagers over here for a Silk Touch. Hold
Oh
on,
no,
let
that's fine.
me-
It's just the fact that I found this thing, and if I grab some of this stuff, and grab the blocks, we could make a thing. Then again, I actually just thought all I need is fucking netherrack, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I've got a load of that. I don't have Silk Touch on anything, I don't think. What's that? Fortune and efficiency. It's efficiency.
Fire. Again.
Yeah. Unless anything that you found earlier had Silk Touch on it, I don't have it
No,
at
it
the
didn't.
moment. So yeah, that's the next sort of thing that I need the villager trading up and going. So I won't be building farms next. I will be finishing off the final design of my storage area, which is like nearly there at the moment, and then
Yeah,
it will be villager trading.
I picked some stuff up from this part, and I'm completely fucking lost in the nether, so...
Do you want me to come through and let you know where we're at?
Question,
No,
how
I'm
do you
just
scuttle your
looking
ship?
around anyway.
Sorry, what
The
was that?
stuff I've got isn't too much anyway. I've just got mushrooms and basically some plant fiber shit.
Sorry, what was that, Kag?
How do you scuttle your ship?
Press start, and at the bottom of the screen you should have the option to scuttle ship.
I thought you had to go. I thought you had to go into roster essentially to scuttle the ship.
I just throw a Molotov at it.
I will allow Dra and TNT near it.
Just these reapers. Oh, we're gonna scuttle you. Fire. I have no gold. I have nothing. I don't need have fun.
Reapers to halftime don't care if you've got stuff. They're there just to kill you. That's the point of the Reapers.
Really? Just to kill it?
Reapers are mainly just hunting for combat. They get bonuses for scuttling ships, or having people or beat their ships, or beat when they beat other players' ships even.
Well, by all means, happy to help. Try to make yourself an absolute menace.
Are you still trolling people?
Oh no, I didn't plan to, but somebody chose violence, and I said, okay, that's what we're gonna do today. Let's
So
Oh, look
get
like
them.
me in Gen Zero, where I'm just passing by some robots, and they're like, "Oh, look, a human! Let's go kill it." And then the Doom music starts
Kill it
playing.
like the rest.
Hey, literally, I just planned on, you know, just kind of looking around, maybe island hop a little bit. If I got, you know, beat up, whatever, I don't care.
Well, this
But
is
then
it. It's
somebody
like,
invited me to a party and said, hey, we need help. And I'm like, why should I help you? We'll pay you. I've got enough gold, thank you.
I will take your souls, though.
Well, and then I checked
Never.
this little list that I keep on my phone of players that have basically fucked me over, or me and my son. No, I make sure I get their names. It's like, if I ever feel like being a menace. And yeah, one of them who's serving on this crew is one of those guys. He was in the chat, and I go, wait, hold on, I know that name. Like, were you on CFDs a couple of days ago? Yeah, did you take down a brigantine who just finished the fort? And I go, oh yeah, no, it was great, man. They did all this, and we waited, and da-da-da. I go, huh? That was me and my son. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, the
Some
apologies
ways to
came out.
die.
I was like, yeah, sure, where are you guys at? And they gave me their location. It's like, okay. And, yeah, I set up a couple of signal flares. What the hell are you doing? Oh, don't worry. Making it easier to see.
I'm helping.
I'm helping! What the hell? What the hell? What the hell indeed? I'm sorry, was this
Yeah.
not the plan?
Yeah, so right at the end of playing, I think it was like last night into this morning. Was it the night before? Might be the night before. Of chatting to Kags, come on quite a bit later than the rest of us, and then we just basically hear in the background that her son has just been picked on, and he's really pissed off about it. And Kags is just like, who are they? Where are they? Okay, I'll go do something about it. And he
Mommy's
suddenly
got this baby. You go ahead and lay down.
yeah, suddenly here it's just like, oh really? And it's like, what are you gonna do? And it's just like, I'm gonna do the same as I did to you. So yeah. And then for like the next 20 minutes, half hour or so, and it was still going on when I left. Kags was just like, oh, you're going to that port? Really? You're ballsy. And she would just go and follow them around and murder them up. I was just like, nice.
After you went to bed, it was glorious. because a couple of players had noticed my flares and fireworks, and a couple of Reaper ships had come over to finish the night, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this. And of course on the party chat, aren't you gonna help? Aren't you gonna finish your fight? Nah, Reapers will do that for me. Didn't care if I got any of my treasure back or anything. I did not care. Like, nope, I have made your life a living hell tonight. I'm good.
Well,
It's not about the money. It's about making a statement.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. There's a group of friends who I've spent a long time cultivating an air of unpredictability around. Because they suddenly decide every now and then that we don't have to honour agreements, or they're going to side with their other halves over what makes sense in the game, and I'm just like, do you want me to be petty and vindictive? And the last time it happened, the one guy who I was surrounded, literally there was 3 of us who were basically backing onto each other's territory, and each of the others had another option as well, so they each had 3 options, and I'm just like, realistically, I'm going to have to go through one of you two eventually, but at the moment, I'm quite happy of just picking away. I'll take one territory, move my troops out. We're playing Lord of the Ring Risk, and it's just like, are we okay? And the one guy found it hilarious, and I'm just like, I'm going to attack you, you're going to regret this. And he was just like, yeah, whatever. And I was just like, right, attack me one more time, and then that's it. And he attacked me one more time. 3 turns later, I just banked all my reinforcements and took him out of the game, and immediately picked up his cards and had too many, so I banked another 10 reinforcements and nearly took somebody else out. Nearly took the first place player out of the game. By that stage, I now have more tiles than, yes, the second and third players put together, but I'm also spread thin as anything. But I'm just like, well, I think my work here is done. I think the moral of the story that I'm trying to get across is don't fuck with people unless you know that you can deal with the repercussions.
Don't fuck with people unless you can back that shit up.
Don't dish out what you can't take. That's like the #1 rule I teach my kids when they're sitting there picking on others. I go, whoa. Now when they turn this on you, I don't want you crying to me.
Have I told you guys the story about my cousin playing Risk?
Oh god, that's another game that will divide families and ruin relationships.
Not as much as Monopoly.
We've all done.
Nope, not.
You are
Monopoly
absolutely
ends by
right.
someone flipping the table saying, fuck this game! But, no,
Oh,
my
I refuse to play
cousin...
Monopoly.
Before you start this, Inhibio, not as much as Scrabble in a dyslexic household, and one member isn't.
Alright, go ahead and Inhibio.
So, years ago, me, my cousin, and a couple of our friends were playing Risk, and I have a sizable army going from in this one spot on my map, and my cousin has like a very tiny army. I think I had like 50 pieces to his 10 pieces, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna steamroll you with numbers.
I see where this is going.
So, he ends up with 7 pieces left. I ended up with none.
I don't know what else to
I'm
say.
like, what kind of fucking bullshit is this?
Amanda.
So, he has Schrodinger's luck with dice. He's both simultaneously lucky and unlucky at the same time.
It's a false hope. A lie.
So, with that,
they took the Reaper flag off. That's why.
and with that, someone attacked him with a much smaller army against his, and he lost. So he's either really good or really bad when he comes with dice throwing. It got to the point where I refuse to play any game that has dice in it with him.
I love you, Amanda.
Now, if it's a card game, yeah, I play that with him.
I'm so proud of
Yeah,
Anything
it's a
with dice?
skill-based
Nope, not
game,
happening.
not a luck-based game.
Yes.
Forgive me.
I don't know how the fuck he does it, but he does it.
Oh,
And
that's
those
a point.
dice came with the board game because we bought that board game that same goddamn day too.
So you know they weren't rigged.
Yes.
Question: how do people invite you to like a chat or something on Sea if you're not friends with them? Like, I thought if you played with a closed crew or something, it wouldn't bother you.
That's a good question. One I don't have an answer for. Because
Hmm.
I'm about to go to bed, so I'll actually catch you guys tomorrow.
Night night, Hibio.
I think
No, dude.
I think they can probably view your gamer tag. If they view your gamer tag, they can probably invite you to a chat.
Ah, okay, so yeah, same way I keep their names in my little book.
Yeah.
There's no.
Talking, but a different way.
For the path is long. As the
In cannons.
billow above us, we remain. We endure.
You guys enjoying that little ghost galley? Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're sinking. I'm sorry.
Our duty.
I was going to say, the tone of your voice didn't really sound very apologetic.
I learned from Wolfie.
We will endure. Together.
Sorry, come again?
Nothing.
Keg said she learned from you.
Learn from the best.
Mm-hmm. How to be unapologetically apologetic.
When it fails, it's not you haven't learned from him.
Pretty much.
Mm.
When it fails, you haven't learned well enough.
God damn it! How the f got in here?
Right, I have
Ricka.
just completed the Queen storyline on my Lawnmower Man. I think we found a build that we kind of like. We just need to fine tune it a little bit with some armor, which would work really, really well. But I think we are going to call the stream there, as it is approaching 1 o'clock here in the UK.
You got that thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got to go out and speak to some people tomorrow, and basically see whether they want to employ me or not. So we'll see how well that goes.
Fingers crossed.
Woo! So
Yes, please.
pretty much.
To the employing you, that is.
Please employ me, please. So we are going to call it there, ladies and gentlemen. Please drop us a follow if you'd like what you've seen. You can follow us on TikTok, on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. It's all Angela Lone Wolf. It's all silly. It's all chaos with us here, but it's fun. We will be back on Monday for definite. We might be back on the weekend at some point, either playing more Destiny or Grounded. I'm not sure yet. I have got some other stuff I need to do on Destiny, so we will see whether I'm going to stream that or not. But until then, we will see you next time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do anything that these guys wouldn't do. And we will see you again. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.
Night night.
Pixie, did you have